By the power of Grayskull, I summon Waffle! Oh,
Did
we're
you bring
live.
syrup too? And sausage?
No,
Go with the waffle?
no, I didn't, because I'm foolish. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It is Sunday morning here on NDB Media around the world, December 29, 2024. I was subbing for the last minute because our dear and illustrious and joyful member of this
Yeah,
group.
lay it on any thicker, couldn't you? Try to sound sincere at least.
Yes, I am able to. If there's anything that I can do is I can lay it on thick. Good morning, Aisha.
God, I hate you, especially this
Yep.
hour of the morning.
Good morning, anime girl. How you doing?
Not so bad. Not so bad.
Not so bad?
Not so
It
bad.
sounded like you were talking out of a Dalek there for a minute.
That's probably because I don't feel so good. I'm still recovering from flu.
Oh, I'm sorry. It sounds like your computer has a flu too.
Yeah.
That wouldn't
Well, good
surprise
morning.
me.
Yeah. Good morning, Lizzie. How you doing?
I'm doing. I've been spending most of the night catching up on stuff and trying to get prepared for this last round of games.
Oh, yes. Well, look. We missed you on Saturday, and thank you for joining me late last night. It was good. I've got to tell you, on a personal note, I am surprised at the amount of views that I'm picking up on all the platforms. And they're just new people dropping in, and I'm really, really genuinely surprised. I have the hope that I'm going to have real people joining and sharing stories. And apparently that's going to be starting sometime in May. So getting all that going right now. But I'm really excited about the dating program. I'm shocked it is beginning to pick up.
So are you going to start talking with the Dr. Ruth accent now?
I'm going to be speaking with a butchered, painful Roger accent.
Oh, goodness.
Aisha, it is painful, isn't it?
I'm not going to comment on that. It's not to do with me.
Well, good morning. I know I'm the third wheel this morning, and that's why I moved myself down here. But how we doing? How's everything? I got to tell you, it is cold over here. It is 46 degrees, but it's not as cold as it's felt, if you get me.
We're closer to the mountains and we're 11 degrees warmer than you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm 57.
I've noticed, though, well, I'm 55, but I was talking about the temperature.
So am I. But yeah.
Anyway, just screwed. Messing. Anyway, Freudian, whatever. The reality is that you have a greater weather extreme than I do for some reason.
I don't need to hear you in stereo. Once is bad enough.
Look at who's awake this early in the morning. Gridiron Girl, come on in. It may be a tad early for her, but I'm going to give her the link. Maybe she may want to join in right now. So, did you by chance, Elizabeth, place the link in the NDB Media Forum? No.
Yes.
You did. All right.
Oh, you mean this one? Oh, no, I hadn't yet.
All right. Sorry. But you did put it up on your page. Oh, look, I even liked it right now. I liked it.
You liked it.
I'm still in the morning. I'm still in sports talk lingo.
I would never have guessed that one.
Yes. So, how's the weather out there where you are, young lady, out in the United Kingdom?
Foggy, but
oh yeah,
it's getting. It's supposed to be getting warmer, but the same time, we're getting rain in up north, and they reckon there might be a chance of some snow. So, we could end up having some fun before I get back to work next Monday.
Do you get snow where you're at, Lizzie?
On the very rarest of occasions, like every 25, 30 years here, but I grew up in the mountains with snow. I knew how to snowshoe. We could put on chains without a problem. That was normal for us. So that's one thing I kind of do miss because we're just a smidge below, I mean, literally a smidge below the actual snow belt.
Okay, fair enough. Good morning. Good morning, Sonia. Thank you. I sent you the link on Facebook. If you care to join us, that would be nice. Sonia is really about, at this time of day, she's about 10 minutes away. Normally, she would be about 20 minutes away. She's relatively close. I think she's closer than 10 miles. She's closer to me than the big dog is.
Isn't she
Yes.
between you two? You
Liz?
know what I meant. Isn't
No,
she
Liz,
between you two?
I didn't hear what?
Oh, isn't she between you two?
No.
Well,
Actually, she's between you and I.
oh, is she? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anime girl?
I was going to say, have you heard from Big Dog today at all?
No, I have not heard from him, but yesterday I did. Oh, that's right, anime girl. We can share. Big Dog had an accident. He had a fall. For those that know and don't know, we've joked about it a little bit over the years, that when Big Dog and I can form a basketball team, we might be able to form 3/4 of a player because of the injuries that we have. And Big Dog had major reconstructive surgery on his knee when he was like 17 or 18. He was I believe he was hit by a vehicle and it like just carved up his knee and his leg. So he'd been doing well, but if you take a look, you see when he walks, he had a little bit of difficulty. Well, the point is he fell the other day, as he told us, right, anime girl? And he's now on crutches right now. So he apologized. When the program ended, he jumped in. He says, "I'm sorry, I just woke up." And I was like, "I'm sorry, Big Dog." Like I told him, I said, "I don't call people anymore on Saturday mornings. It's Saturday morning. It's kind of messed up." Oh, hey, Liz, do you like this one?
Yeah, I like that one.
You got that one,
like
anime
that.
girl?
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry to be so abusive so early in the morning. But we
No,
actually have quite a few
fine.
people. Look, quite a few people are watching us this morning, and let's do a roll call. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. Of course, I'm from Southern California, born, bred, raised, and suffer down here in the glorious weather. Liz, where are you?
I'm actually located basically in the capital of Sacramento, well, North Highlands. It's a suburb of it. But I was born in San Francisco, but raised up in the mountains in Grass Valley.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I was born in Haight-Ashbury.
Wow.
St. Mary's Hospital.
All right. I did not know that. Anime girl.
Well, I was born in a maternity hospital in Lanarkshire, Scotland. I've been raised around the world because I'm an army pad brat. And at this present moment, I live in deepest, darkest Wiltshire, about 6 or 7 miles away from that wonderful place called Stonehenge.
Yes. And you showed me on Google Maps. You live in a nice part of the United. Well, actually, many parts of the United Kingdom are very nice. But I envy you. It looks green all the time there, lassie, and it is not green down here all the time.
Oh, it's green. It's very green. That's part of the problem. But half the time it's so bloody green, you've got to wait 3 days for chopping bus to show up.
Well, ladies and everyone that we're on, I follow McCoy Garcia on Facebook. He's a really funny guy. He's a nurse, but he posts some things on Facebook, and I'm going to ask you this. Pick only 2 pills today. Number 1, and everyone in the chat room, please play along. And if you're watching the program later, play along. And it is pick only 2 pills. Look 15 years younger. Read minds for 3 days. Forget your ex. Eat without gaining weight. Add 5 centimeters to your height. Obviously, this is English. Become super strong. Have a lot of money, or always feel happy. Anime girl, what would be your first one?
8.
Always feel
Number
happy.
8. Yeah.
Okay. Lizzie, what would be your first one?
Probably eat without gaining weight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I liked my figure when I was younger. As I've gotten older and more things have happened, I've put on more weight than I wanted to. When I was younger and in my nursing, I had a Dolly Parton figure, and I did not mind flaunting the top half. It was fun because when I got to work in a lot of these VA nursing homes and things, I most definitely gave the boys a show bending over.
Oh, wow.
It was
That is
appreciated. Trust me, I got a few grins from some of the World War II guys.
damn, just the idea. I'm getting a grin right now. That's funny that it was your intent. I have a short story from someone else. Well, a cousin was hospitalized over at it was a little eerie. Remember the shooting in San Bernardino at the hospital?
Yeah.
I knew professionally some of the people that were out there that endured that day, that horrid, wretched day. Oh my God. I remember the imagery of that day. Well, my first return there was when my cousin Sergio was hospitalized in a motorcycle accident. And he was there and his wife, beautiful wife. She's really nice. Predominantly speaks Spanish, but she's learned English now. And she's very attractive. And she was always there with Sergio. I mean, obviously, she loves her husband and everything. But I was messing with him, telling him, dude, you're going to have some gnarly scars now. And of course, he's married. And she's there when I'm telling him this. I said, dude, you've got the scars, man. This is attractive to people. And she herself said, why do you think I stick around here? My sister's a nurse. Oh, that was lovely. I loved that. She's like, are you kidding me? I'm a little fly flying around right now because I know how the nurses operate because of my sister. That was funny. I thought that was cool. So based on what you just told me, oh, wow, that's neat. So, all right, fair enough. I would have to tell you that.
What's your first pill?
I was about to say, number 1 would be first and foremost because of my power trip. Which one do you guys think it would be? And I think I gave it away right there. Maybe. What would be your guess for me for the first pill?
Probably your number 1.
Oh.
Look 15 years younger.
No.
Oh, number 2, read my
Bingo.
for 3 days.
Yes. You realize that if you can read people's minds for 3 days, by the power of Grayskull. I don't know why I'm doing that one right now.
Yeah, but you'd go insane if you had to read people's minds for that long of amount of time. If you constantly heard their thoughts in your head and you could read their minds, no.
Fair enough. But, in my Twilight Zone episode, I become the ultimate power. So that would be my first one. Right off, seriously. Okay, now I'm going to go to Lizzie for this one. Pill number 2. And Sonia, come on, play along. I mean, pick only 2 pills.
Oh.
I stupid.
Probably number 3.
Forget your ex. Oh, wow.
Yes.
So yours would be eat without gaining weight and then forget your ex.
I
Okay.
didn't say which ex, but yeah, there's a couple I certainly would not mind forgetting.
Okay. I like that. All right. So your first one was 8, anime girl. What would be your next one?
7.
Have a lot of money. Okay. Gridiron Girl says, getting some inches added to my height so I won't look like a Smurf. Oh, but you're a cute Smurf.
People love Smurfs, especially when
Papa,
they're dressed in the blue. You know.
Papa
Yeah.
Smurf loves Smurfs. I mean, how else was there a baby Smurf?
Oh, that's the thing that kids never got taught by the Smurfs. And I admit I used to watch the Smurfs. There were a lot of jokes back then, but it was good. So number one for her would be add 5 centimeters
So it'd be number
to
5.
your height. Okay, that would be the first one for her. What would be your second one? And you went with 8 and then 7. Have a lot of money. Okay, why have a lot of money? I understand to always make me feel happy. I get it.
Yeah.
Any idiot that would say, "Please explain," is an idiot. So
Well, to have a lot of money, so I'd be able to go places, visit places, visit people, see things that I haven't seen. And to do all stuff like that, you need money.
Anime Girl, you have traveled the world a bit now due to your service and your responsibilities.
Yes.
So you
There are
still
still,
want to travel
there are,
more?
there are still places I would love to see. There are still places that I would like to visit. People I would like to just show up on the doorstep, rattle the door and say, hey, guess what? Your worst nightmare's here. Hello.
Yeah, I'll lock my door.
Oh, you're funny. Anime Girl, we are getting feedback. I wonder if you could maybe reset your computer. Sometimes it does that, or turn on, turn off your mic. If you could try to do that. Uh, we're hearing you
Okay.
clearer than when you first started. It's like your computer's warming up, huh, Lizzie?
Yeah, something
It,
like that.
it could be the fact that I've got connectivity problems again. I keep dropping out, so
Oh,
I
well,
will rev up, bugger off, and come back.
okay.
See you in a
Sorry
minute.
about that. All right, yes, in a minute. Um, I would agree with Anime Girl that number 7 would be mine. And I'm not talking about, you know, ungodly sums of money. That's not the point because I know what money can do to people. I've seen it in my profession. I won't even begin to talk about the horror stories that I've seen. Lovey-dovey families, for lack of a better word, and then the dad passes away. These people become ferocious animals for money, and I'm not even talking $1 million. It's not even $100,000, and people become animals for the money,
They
and they
do.
end up fighting over the money, and they end up the only ones that score. Hey, folks, a career tip: be an attorney. They're the only ones that win. Uh, it's something that I I would have a lot of money. What that amount is, I don't know. But what is interesting, Lizzie, about this is it's very generic. Like I said, read minds for 3 days, and in my world, it would be controlled. But you said I would be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Forget your ex. Which ex? That was good. You're muted, Anime Girl. So I just want to let you know you are muted at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Oh, good.
hey, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back, but I'm not sure about the sound.
Perfect.
You are louder and clearer. Now, all kidding aside, let's see what Gridiron Girl in the chat room says. But yeah. Oh, I think she was so inundated by that sound, we may have lost her for a moment. But
I wish that number one had be like 25 years younger. So I'd have taken that in a heartbeat. Because I would love to go back and do what I was doing when I was in full action with stuff compared to other things that I wound up doing later in my career.
I don't know what the 15 years younger would do. There are times that at my age, and this may be on the arrogant, stuck up side, I'm at an age that I'm not taking advantage of. So I don't need to have the 15 years younger. It's
Well,
Well, that
I
is
was on my
only. Sorry.
no, I was on my own from the time that I was 12 years old to the time I was 16, taking care of a disabled grandparent. And at that point, I pretty much left home. So all my growing up was done in my preteen and early teen years. By the time I was 18, I was a full fledged adult with all the experiences that went with it. So, you know,
The
it's just,
actual. Second pull would be 8. Always feel happy. Okay. Go with that.
yeah.
you were going to jump in on that one,
Yeah, I was going to
Anime
say
Girl.
that. Yeah, number 1, it says look 15 years younger, not be 15 years younger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, looking younger than I am, I mean, I look like a back end of a bus anyway, so hell.
Oh,
That
stop
ain't
it.
gonna work for me. So I'm going to definitely have number 8, always feel happy, and number 7, have lots of money so I can go places and be even happier.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if you caught, I said number 7 as well. But while you were out, I was talking about the pitfalls. So I was generalizing that I don't know how much number 7 would be, but I suppose it would just be enough
Yeah,
because
no, you don't.
I've right here in front of me, I have seen families end. I have seen relationships end. And I've been the arbiter, and it is so sad. So sad. It was way beyond my skill set. I didn't know how to handle a lot of those situations. I tried to use logic, I tried to talk them through, but when it came down to money, I yeah. So I understand that one, Anime Girl, and I would too. But even then, knowing what I've seen money do to people,
Oh yeah, you don't want
I
to. You
yeah.
don't want a stupid amount of money. You want enough money, as they say, to live comfortably.
Okay.
You don't want to be a Elon Musk or Bill Gates or whatever. That's stupidity when it comes to that sort of money. You only need enough that if you say, for instance, wanted to jump on a plane and fly to Japan or Hawaii or somewhere, you don't have to worry. You just go to the bank, take the money, get the plane, off you go. Just enough to live comfortably. Arrive in another country and have enough money to enjoy the country and then come home again.
Let me tell you something. Or let me put it this way. Lizzie was really cool on when I said read minds for 3 days. In its simplicity, it is great. But if you read everyone's mind, would you be able to control it? Would you be inundated? Would you go crazy listening to everyone's minds? What would number 7 be? And you said to live comfortably. By which standard? By
Hmm.
a United Kingdom standard, a Chinese standard, a Bangladeshi standard, Ethiopian?
To each their own.
I suppose so. So this kind of feels that there's some pitfalls with it. This would make a great Twilight Zone episode. Pick 2 pills. But I guess I guess to make it a good episode, it would have to be 3, right? The 3 wishes. And there was a Twilight Zone episode, right?
But the thing is, so I'm saying pick 2 pills. But don't forget, every plus will have a minus.
Yeah.
I was going to say that about the always feeling happy. You're
Yeah.
going to
Could you
wind up
imagine?
feeling, yeah, there's no other feelings but always feeling happy. You're you're not going to get the sensations of being alive. You're just going to be going through the motions.
Yeah, you're also not going to feel empathy with another person when they're feeling down
Exactly.
or sad because you won't
Exactly.
be able to feel that empathy. You will not have that empathy. It will be missing.
Yeah.
So for every plus, there is a minus.
It's like a
Yes.
psychopath with reverseness.
Whoa.
Well, it's true.
Okay, I'm gonna tag all three of you in a post, and I'm gonna see why. You don't have to watch it right now, but I was reminded of this post. You, Lizzie, and someone else. Uh, all I did was put possum in the post, so you have to watch the whole thing, and when you see it, you'll understand why. But I thought it was really funny. Um, Grid Girl laughed at the one that I put about the staircase. You know, it says, I think pushing someone down this flight of stairs while this song plays might seriously hear some inner trauma. It's Jacob's Ladder in Mount St. Helena. If you've seen Jacob's Ladder, oh
Oh
my God.
yes, I have.
Yes. Now, there is another video that I'm going to go to right now. I
You
cannot
realize
play.
I don't live that far from it. It's within driving distance. St. Helena.
Anime Girl, would you educate Lizzie on the Jacob's Ladder on St. Helena that I'm talking about?
What, the one that goes straight down? You know?
Oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. Ignore my stupidity at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
I
one
know
that
the one
goes.
you're talking about. I know the one you're talking about.
It's 7:28 in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up.
Okay. By the way, folks, I want to play a video. I cannot play the music. It's on Facebook, and um, I like this video. And I'm gonna have to start it up again. So give me a moment. Um, I've been asked many things, and this is why I'm starting to live the life that I'm living. The young lady does it. She said, there's someone on their deathbed wishing they have all the time that you do. So if you're going to do it sad, do it unmotivated, do it alone, do it scared, do it nervous, do it heartbroken, do it vulnerable, do it stressed, do it embarrassed. Because right now, there is someone on their deathbed that wishes they had the time that you had. And in many ways, I agree with that. And I've started to live my life because people know that I'm having a lot of physical difficulty, and I am. I am using my cane again because my right heel, as you know, has never healed, but I'm walking incorrectly. So my left heel is starting to hurt. And after about 4 or 5 hours of driving for whatever, I get up and out of the car. I am unable to walk because they hurt. And I love cruise control. One of the greatest inventions of all time, cruise control. But yet, in the love that I have of driving, it's difficult. So I have to start using the cane again because I'm having trouble getting around. So when the big dog's on crutches and I have a cane, I'm like, hey, I can still run faster than you.
I'm
I just
waiting
think
for you
it's
two to have a stick war.
there is no us two. Okay, there is no us two. Oh, we lost. Hopefully, Aisha is able to return. But if you live your life in darkness, seriously living in light and happy is far better. Yes.
I
Yes.
agree with you. I agree with you.
I cannot argue that.
I have lost too many friends and family to the evilness that is darkness. So, no, I do agree with that. Which is one of the reasons I have not been quite as active on social media this month as I normally am.
I did an episode on Wednesday, Christmas Day, and the episode's gone. It's out in the digital world now. It's forever gone. It's only the second time it's ever happened. And I was talking about being alone. And I think that I was referencing that video and I couldn't find it. That's why I reposted it. And I had several people from NDB Media show up. And two of them said, I know who she is and I follow her. And I had not seen any of her stuff prior to that video. But I was talking about it so much so that I even have it still, Lizzie. I didn't know this, but I thought it was still a 1-800 number, but apparently it's not.
It's been changed.
Yes. Is that it down there?
When I looked there earlier, I was surprised you had it. I was grateful that you did, and yes, that is it.
I had it on the episode, and maybe that's another reason why we're here today. Folks, I am no different than anyone here in NDB Media, in my community. And I talked about this on Christmas Day. Oh, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Actually, it was Christmas Eve. There were a lot of people that showed up, Lizzie, for that episode. There were a lot of people that were alone, just like myself. And
You know, you don't
said,
have to keep doing the full Lizzie. You can do Liz if you want.
well, that's what your name says.
Yeah. This is Waffle. I'm more me than
Then
Waffle.
why the hell did you put Lizzie?
Because that's
Does
what
it
I am.
annoy you when I say Lizzie?
No, it's weird to hear you say it. But yeah, I normally go by Lizzie or Liz.
It's weird when I say it.
Yes.
Wow.
But no, I've gone by Liz or Lizzie almost my whole life. So
But it's weird when I say it.
yeah, I don't know why. It just is.
I'm not going to say that we are switching gears, that we are any greater than anyone else. But I learned early on, and I talked about it. There was an earthquake on July 7th. And if I look back on the year, it was probably 2009 or 2010. And that's when we were doing digital radio. There was an earthquake in the Mexicali, Calexico area. And I'm just one little digital radio station. I went live almost within 5 minutes of the event. And I had people calling in from the Imperial Valley, from Mexicali, south of the border. They were calling in English and in Spanish because no one was on air.
Wow.
But I was. And I started asking the same questions that they do in media. It says, what did it feel like? And they were telling me. And it dawned on me. I mean, I look back and I smiled. I don't know who they are. There was like 8 people that called in that day. And I think it was half and half. 4 women, 4 men. And they all had a story to share. And it was wonderful. They were scared, as was I. But we came together. I think they just wanted to hear another voice. And I learned right away. Not that I have any. I probably should. If my voice is a beacon to others, I'm okay with that because you know why? When that person responds, they're a beacon for me too. That's why I do a lot of what I do here on NDB Media, because it's the human experience and we only have each other, you know? And if for a few moments I'm able to make people laugh, I definitely make them angry. But I reach out for the moments where we laugh. And if people laugh and they come back and want to laugh again, I'm all right with that. You know?
You don't know who you catch in that net that you're throwing out either. There are multiple people out that have heard your voice that you have made their lives better. I, for one, am one. I've told you this before. My life was going so routine and so everything else. For 30 plus years, I put aside who I was for the family, the proper wife, the working mother, this, to put aside all of my loves of everything that I enjoyed. But the second I started getting pulled in by you and your group of madness, the old me that was before all that started coming back out again. I have seen more of myself, my real self, in the last 2 years than I'd seen in 30 plus. So you get people.
Okay, but it's not me. It is everyone. It is you. It is Anime Girl. It's Gridiron Girl. It's the Big Dog. It's Dream. It's Almighty. It is, and I'm going to lose, I'm going to get in trouble. It is Philly. It is Jay. It is Speedy. Tanya. It's Michael. Oh, God.
If you forget him.
Karen, AJ, Jamie, Bob, Dan. Just because to show how good my memory is, and I'm going to forget someone. I'm going to end up paying for this.
Yeah, one person has already commented on here multiple times, and you've probably forgotten her already.
I thought I said her name.
No, you didn't.
Of course, Gridiron Girl. And you know what? Because I keep looking at her name right here in the comments.
I figured.
It's us together. I've said this before. I'm the lucky guy that gets to brag that it's my network. But it ends right there. It's me with everyone else. And that's why if my voice is a beacon and people come over to, damn. I've joked that my tombstone or my rock, if I get one, which I'm not, because I want to be cremated. I don't want to be a burden on anyone, even in death. Unlike the Big Dog that wants to be buried face down so that when everyone dies, they can kiss his ass. I want to be thrown in the Pacific Ocean because when it eventually, my ashes will become water and it will rain.
You got this thought out, don't you?
Oh, hell yeah. But I'm not going to order anyone to do anything. If they want to dump my ashes in a dump, it's okay. I will eventually come back. If they want to put me on a mountaintop, okay. I have thought of a few places where I would consider remaining. And let me tell you, that overlook in Alaska, east of Palmer, that would not be a bad place. That's also the place where I saw, I think, either the hawks or the vultures or the crows. They were up there, and I'm like, wait a minute, aren't they the ones that follow the bears? Time for me to bug out. I do what I do on this network, not for myself. I do it for all of us, me included. So, folks, if anything, spend time with us, laugh with us, get angry at us, get angry with us. But if we're not available in the United States, there's the number down there. There is someone that will take your call. And in this holiday season right now, it is tough. Social media is tough. It's hard. You have to detach yourself from social media. I find it difficult at times. And people think that I'm a person of means. Oh, how wrong you are. You know, I have difficulty with the best of them. But I'm not going to go ahead and explain why I'm where I'm at. I know I will be out of it. But I don't say that. I don't. Okay. I'm in the valley right now. I see the hill and I'm like, oh, shit. But I see the hill that I can climb. And I know I can climb it.
See, here's the difference, though. You see the hill, you see the top of it, and you can get out of it. So many people get there in the bottom of that valley, and they can't see any other way. No matter what they've tried to do, it closes in around them, and the darkness and the demons come so much between other impacts that they have that have gone on in their life and other traumas They just get to that point, they might as well just give up. They don't see an end to that. You were one of the lucky ones. You do.
I hear you, and I'm not gonna shoot down anything you said. I would just add, no, I just see the hill. I don't see the top. That's why I'm like, shit, I gotta climb that.
Okay. Okay. I will.
No, 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 no.
No. I'll
I
put
did not
one more.
argue.
No, you're not.
I'm good with you on that, and I just
No.
wanted to add, it's not a contentious. It's an editorial. Don't
Okay,
respond.
and then let me put my little stamp on the end
Oh,
of
for
that.
the
'Cause
love
in
of
a
God,
way,
big
you're
dog,
right.
shut up. Oh,
In a way, you're right. You see the top of the hill, you're looking up at it, but you forget the umpteen people behind you having your back and helping you push yourself up and over that hill.
damn, they're strong. Because I'm a fat ass.
As he munches on a chip.
I'm not going to indulge myself in this conversation because I'm not one to make suggestions for other people. I've been to dark places. I don't want to go back.
I know, and I refuse to let you.
I don't want to go back either. And I think that's another reason why I do this as well.
Yeah, I tried to take the big step twice. I got to the stage where I decided nobody wanted me, nobody liked me, nobody required me around. And I tried to take the big step twice. So I know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
When they make the joke about it's like being in a dark tunnel with a light at the end, well, some bastard moved the light with me. I didn't have a light. So I know what it's like. So I don't tell people, look for the sweetness in light. I turn around and I say, look for somebody you can trust. Look for somebody that you can rely on. And if you can't, then rely on yourself and follow your heart. And I'm sorry for bringing the party down.
No,
That's
no,
the
no.
whole reason of this.
Stop with the sorries. Don't ever say sorry on this program.
You know my whole issue with what's going on with this month and the beginning of next month. You know, I'm sure I've shared with you multiple times, though, this is not a great time of the year for me anyway. But it's one of the reasons I've been so absolutely refusing to let you go down those dark paths. I have lost two in my life. One was 8 years ago on the 17th. And I think about him every single fucking day and what I could have done. And I know there was nothing I could have done. But that doesn't mean that I don't think I could have been there to try to do something. I had the signs, I just read them wrong.
Yeah, I suppose we all need to have somebody somewhere. And you get to a certain stage in their life. I believe there's a comment in one of the Star Trek films. And when I first heard it, I didn't quite get the meaning behind it. But now I do. And it's where, I believe it's a Next Generation episode, somebody says something to Picard and he looks at them and he says, I've got more days behind me than I have in front of me. I didn't get that first. I sure as hell get it now.
Yeah.
And that's a frightening prospect. I lost my mum on the 3rd of May this year. And I realized the day she passed that I was only 20 years younger than she was. And when you suddenly see that, And you suddenly realize that you think, bloody hell, is that all I've got left? At the most, 20 years. That's a scary, scary prospect.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I like being around you people, because you drag me out of that malaise. You drag me out of that feeling sorry for myself. I listen to what you say, Liz, and I see Roger bouncing around on the screen like a ping pong ball caught in a bloody hot air stream, and I think, well, if they can do it, so can I. So I'm here.
That's the way we want it.
Well, I try. Yeah, I know, very before you say it.
Anime girl, there are times that just saying words have no value. I heard everything you said, and I won't even pretend to be able to provide any comfort other than to say, I'm happy you're here. I will not analyze, I will not insult you by trying to analyze what you shared. I will not tell you I understand. I will not say, oh, I know. All I will tell you is, I am happy you're here. Because I am. I can't fake that shit. I can't. I love having you on. My sisters are your biggest fans. They live for what you do. And those are just my sisters. There are others, Aisha. That's why when you told me that Liz may not be here today, and I understand, I know a little bit of Liz. I don't pretend to know everything, but I know that at times that she does not feel well. My sister has this similar things, and I see how she struggles, and I don't know how she does it. I won't even begin to discuss my imaginings on what Liz and my sister Alma deal with MS. That's why I give myself the understanding every day to just shut up and get about my life. And like that video, there are things that I can do. I'm reminded every day that I drive my car. My sister can no longer drive that car. That's her baby. And it is. And that wench talks back. Not my sister, the car. She not going to be able to drive anymore. I can. So
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky. I mean, I'm looking at possibly 2 more years of being able to drive, and then the way this present government is framing things, I will probably lose my license and will not be able to drive, simply because somebody behind the desk states that I am incapable.
That's the thing, Roger. You are so lucky for that you can get out and you can drive and you can go, outside and play with the cats and you can go and do these things. And part of me is really kind of envious of you still because you still have that freedom to do all that. I am looking towards my daughter's wedding in a couple of years. I have a hard time figuring out how I'm going to accomplish it with certain issues that I have and the way my bones are fused and formed to even make that a possibility. Am I going to? I had to watch her graduation, her high school graduation, on video because even in a wheelchair, I can't sit with my knees bent normally. My bones are so fused with the MS and with other injuries that I've had in my life. So it's like I'm envious of you for that. You have time that you can go run around with, your daughters and go out to grab a bite to eat and do whatever. You are an incredibly lucky man, and don't ever, ever um, not take notice of that.
And that's why I'm here. That's what I do. This program, I share where I go, not to say that I'm going here. Look at what I'm doing. I share because I'm like, I wish you were here. Everyone in my little universe, I'm like, look at where I got the chance to go. I called someone that I have not spoken to in a long time, and you hear me ridicule the person every now and then on air. His online moniker, our relationship ended badly. And I'm not going to go into the details why, because it's insulting to the individual that they're not here to say their incorrect side of the story. But you always hear two different sides, right or wrong. It doesn't matter. And I am adult enough to admit that. But it was a professional disagreement that went bad. I worried about what could happen had I allowed something to happen. And I'm like, no. So, anyway, when I was up in Alaska, there was a particular moment that reminded me of New Caprica. And I called the individual from Alaska and I said, dude, I am here. And I'm actually thinking about you because I remember when we reviewed Battlestar Galactica on the network. We did it weekly. And I remember those times. And I thought about you. I don't expect you to respond to this, but I wanted to let you know that I remember those times. And while I'm here, I thought it would be kind of cool if you'd be here too. But I know that is impossible, and it is what it is. I've unfortunately made a lot of calls like that over the years. But I do what I do, and I wish I could share. But I know that people don't want to travel with me. I I get that. So I go to places and I share where I go. Not to say, "Oh, look where I'm at." I'm saying, "Wow, look at how beautiful this is. I wish you were here." But I guess it's a strange way of looking at it, I suppose.
No, not really, because I one of the things that I used to love to do the most was just, you know, go on long walks or go to the different places by myself and enjoy the sights, enjoy the ocean, enjoy the forest, different things like that. And I always enjoyed doing it by myself because there was nobody that really wanted to do it with me. And that's the part of a lot of the stuff that I miss is just going off and doing things by myself or going off and doing something with someone who has the same loves and interests that I do. It's just that part drives me the craziest because I can't have that kind of contact anymore. Other than all the idiots who come over to my house every Sunday for football.
But
Ugh.
it seems like you have a full house every Sunday.
I have a full house 24/7.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not just on Sunday. It is all day, every day, all day long. It's like my girls had a sleepover with one of their friends. I have three 20-year-olds that slept maybe 3 hours last night.
Now, here's the difference in our lives. My youngest, who's 27, is not here. She slept over her friend's house.
Oh, awesome. Relax, Dad. She's
Oh,
27.
of course she's 27. And with all that, she's living her own life. She's going to be home soon because she has to give her mother her shots. And in many ways, it is difficult for her. And I get that. So I'm glad she's out, but I'm attached to all of them. And when they're not here, I feel their absence. I don't fear. I feel their absence. as a parent, that's never going to go away, I suppose.
No, it won't.
And I have two girls. One will go out into the world, the other one will not. That's my greatest fear, is the one that will not go out into the world. And that's another reason why I do what I do. I I am doing my best to lay the groundwork for her for when I'm not here. You know, Aisha, I have used that line, and I used it on January 30th, 1995, when I effectively had the last conversation with my father. And we had it out. I believe it was a Monday. I'd come home and he was at the house. We all knew what he was doing. And it was an unhappy household. My mother, my father, myself, Maggie, and Ariel was a year old. Not even a year. I walked in from work and he was there and he started to say something, and I turned to him and I said, "You will remain I did not tell him to shut up, but my tone of voice was, "I've had it with you." And I lit into him for probably the next 2, 3 hours, and he didn't say a word. And I remember one of the phrases that I used was, "This is what you're doing. There were fewer days ahead than those that have passed for you. This is what you're going to do?"
Yeah, well, my old man didn't want me, so he walked away nearly 25 years ago. No, nearly 30 years ago, my father walked away from me.
Yep.
Never
Well,
got back to him.
I've
Mine,
told you that's his loss.
yep,
He
mine did
didn't
as
know what
well.
you became. Yeah.
Mine walked away from the family. And then I've I just shared this with my cousin last night. The reason why I didn't speak to him for 18 years was I said, "You have a new granddaughter. Would you like to meet her?" And he said no.
Hmm. Mine didn't even want to acknowledge. He turned around and said that I was no longer his offspring. I was mentally deficient and therefore not to go anywhere near him. So I didn't.
I have never understood a parent's viewpoint on that. I've never gotten it. You profess to love this child of all else. Doesn't matter who or what they become. This is your child. You brought this child into the world.
Yeah, well, on the day I was born, according to my mother, he took one look in the cradle that I was in the hospital, and his first words out of his mouth wasn't, "Oh look, I've got a child." It was, "That fucking thing isn't mine."
And maybe you were
And it
better
never
off without him from the start.
changed. Yeah, it never changed. So me and my mother were always close, which I suppose is why when I lost her, it hit hard,
Yeah.
and it still hits hard. And this year is especially hard because I had to go through her birthday with nobody, and I've had to spend Christmas with nobody because everybody's got family and things to do, and I get that. So I know how loneliness is. I know how loneliness feels. Does it go away? I don't know. In my 68 years, I can't honestly say that There's not been one day when I have not felt lonely. Don't suppose I ever will. But I'm still here, and I'm still bugging people.
And
Thank God for
Aisha,
that.
I am so happy that you're here. I when you share, I think to myself, "Oh my God, how unqualified I am to be here right now. How ignorant I am to be here right now." And I stay silent because I want to listen, because your words have value to me. Even though I'm sarcastic at times and my sisters say, "Oh, you are dismissive." Well, I'm dismissive of certain things. But when people speak, I have learned to just shut up, just listen. And I cannot contribute anything intelligibly. And that's why I just listen and I acknowledge what is said. Aisha, you are a big part of what we do here. And what is it that we do here? What does NDB Media do?
Well, it makes people, well, certainly made my mother happy. I don't know why. She always found you quite informative. I find you exceedingly helpful at times. I find Liz supportive. You know.
Uh, okay, Roger.
At times.
Roger helpful. I thought you were going to say you find him extremely annoying or pompous at times.
It's too early to talk dirty like that. Come on, calm down.
I can talk more dirty if you want.
Yeah, she can be annoying, but who can't? I can be bloody annoying at times.
I'm never annoying.
Well, see, I lost my halo years ago, so I know I'm annoying.
Oh, I still have my halo. It's right up there, held on by my horns.
I had not heard that before. That's funny.
Yeah, well, mine fell down by my ankles, and I stepped out of it and left it behind. Somebody else has got it now.
That's good too.
You see, folks, I am dying. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way, but I am dying to tell the stories of all the stuff I've done, especially in my workplace. I know that it's if everything comes to pass, it's going to be within the next 6 months. That's the reality. I am already planning. I am Radar from MASH and Hawkeye combined.
Oh, God help us.
God's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And I have to tell
But
you,
clear the decks.
when I saw the video from that guy that it was in the military, I think he was Air Force, and he does the videos. He did the gangster lean of the Texas, that video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the something electrician, the fat electrician. God, he is hilarious. He is great. And when he talked about the E4 Mafia, I was like, dude, that was me in government service. I was the senior clerks are the E4 Mafia. There are a lot of worthless clerks, but I was the E4 Mafia at my place for well over 20 years. And I reveled in it because I'm an old retail guy. I am. So when I went into government service, I abhorred the system. I do to this day. So I brought my retail expertise to my job. And it was easy. I had a pantry at work. I was I kept the pins, the batteries, everything that they needed. And I was judicious on it. And the guys knew that because we had pagers back then, so they needed batteries. They come in, hey, Roger, I need a new battery. I didn't say, hey, when was the last time I gave you one? I would, get the pager, put a new battery, give them an extra. Merry Christmas, be on your way. I had idiots come into I need 12 batteries. Yo, mama, come on, man. I'm not going to do that. But
must have been running low.
Oh, dude, yes, they were. Oh, batteries moved fast, and I did not because I was judicious. Dude, we have to, okay, our warehouse, and I'm generalizing because I'm still working. So, they were out of stuff regularly. And the only reason that they stopped being out of stuff is because they cut the item from stock. We don't carry it. How can we be out of it? I was like, oh man. My whole thing was I'm a retail guy. And they complained about the system that we had. Oh, it doesn't order for us. We got to go. I had a closet, which is funny. I had a closet in the building where I had all the print cartridges, the paper. And the first thing I did is I put
And
the
hidden
stock.
capes.
The what?
And your hidden capes.
No, no. That was in hanging from my coat hanger or whatever, my little office coat hanger. I had a little white tag with the description, and then I had the stock number, and I had my own, reorder point on there. So if I had like the smaller print cartridges, HPs, whatever, once I got down to a certain point, I knew to reorder a certain number to keep my stock going. And I did it by hand. And these guys in the warehouse were bitching because, oh, well, our machine, our inventory system doesn't do that. Dude, you're down to 2 stop signs. Reorder. Whatever the number is. It's not that difficult. It was so embarrassing when they would go into the back and they would come back. Sorry, I'm out of stock. And then when you would have to put on the ticket, reorder, it was like an act of God. And I was like, dude, do your job. So I had a large pantry and I was always stocked. But for everyone in my section, in my section, they'd see my cabinets, closets, and it was like Christmas, man. But it was embarrassing for me to say I'm out of stock. I mean, what am I doing then? Because I'm a retail guy. You can't sell what you don't have, right, girls?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to sell something you don't have. That's very true.
So for me, it was the easiest thing. And I had an army to go and get my supplies. And I had a very submissive supervision when it came to buying stuff. When the broke news that the LA County sheriffs, I don't know if you remember this, Liz. This happened in the 90s or maybe the late 90s, early 2000s. It was hilarious. The auditors went out and they were, they had to count the inventory every 3 years and yearly. Depends what type of audit, right? Well, the guy's counting is like, wait a minute. You got 4 helicopters here. You have 4 over there. And you have 3 over.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait a minute. How do you have an extra helicopter? An extra helicopter, guys. Well, it turns out that they purchased it in pieces
And put it together
to get around the procurement system. Broke every county law there was. And when the news broke, I was like, oh, shit, I'm not the only one.
And if you think that Roger is making this up, he's dead serious.
Oh.
My daughter's godfather is LA County Sheriff, and during that time, and he's one of the first people that told us that story.
Oh my God!
Laughing.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, this made the local news, and this was over 10 years ago. So, no, the sheriff thing was about 20 years ago.
20 years ago, yeah.
Yes. But when I last did it was about 10 years ago. No, maybe 12, 13. But I did everything legally. I got all the signatures and everything. But I laughed because I had to. Okay, again, go ahead. Knock yourselves out. Go look it up. But my thing was that I was given instructions, and I was always ordered by management to do things, and you just do. I was the guy that got the stuff. Okay. Did I bend the rules? Oh, for the love of God, yes. Did I break them? No. But I did what we needed to do so that we could provide service to our citizens and residents. That's the thing. I was the luckiest person in the world because I had a job to serve, and I brought my skill and my retail and management experience to the fore, and I reveled in it. I did. I'm arrogant. I am. I loved it. I loved that our crews had what they needed when disasters, because guys, county employers are ridiculed, but when the hillsides come down because of the rains and stuff, we're the first ones out there. And then no one complains about us. But whatever. I reveled in the fact that our people had what they needed to go out and do their jobs. And I had a responsibility, and I was given a very high responsibility by management. I was a senior clerk, folks. I shouldn't have been doing the stuff I was doing. But I've always worked out of class. My performance evaluations, reflected it, and I'm proud of it. I never did senior clerk work. When you look at my classification, like, the hell, he doesn't do any of that. I didn't. Because I loved what I did, because it was a privilege for me to do it. Did I get away with stuff? Oh, for the love of God, yes. And I reveled in it. I loved what I did. And I was proud of it. And I have stories to tell. I'm sorry, anime girl?
No, nothing. That's all right. I'm listening.
Oh, I thought something came from your computer right now. But I reveled in it, and I do. I'm proud of the fact. I'm one of the few people that actually still says I'm a county employee, because my performance evaluations, I had a string of 19 of 21 performance evaluations, which were rated very good. When I left, I had a string of 23 of 28 rated very good. I'm damn proud of it. I am. I loved what I did.
I can't
do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I used to love doing my job, but unfortunately the company that took over they've taken the fun away. So I don't enjoy it so much anymore.
Yeah, I know that one.
So, I think I've got another, 18 months? And I can turn around and say, I'm going to retire. Don't know what I'm going to do. But,
now, anime girl, here's the thing. I don't have that privilege anymore. I will not be able to work all the way through anymore. I physically am unable to. Last night, it was bad. I really struggled yesterday, didn't I, Liz? And even more so that I actually even admitted it, huh?
Oh, I could tell you were hurting.
It was bad last night. And it is right now, too. Look, my for two reasons. They're clenched because they hurt and because it's cold. So, yes. But it's not that cold, but it's clenched. My wrists and hands are clenched right now because it's cold. Because I cannot feel the tips of my fingers, which is crazy. I told you for the first 4 months on my index finger, it was tingly. Oh my God. And it still is. Now this finger is, and now this one, my ring finger, which I think is funny. Right? Right?
Reaching for another one.
The ring finger is tingly. Not this one, not the middle finger or the pinky, but the right one. That's funny, and I love sharing that one. But I am proud, which I know I shouldn't be, but I am proud of the service that we did. I am proud every time I got a call, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have an answer for you. Give me time, and we'll get you an answer. That's what I did. I was lucky, because I wasn't up in the front office answering the calls. That job sucked. That job sucked because it's constant phone calls. And when they moved me up there, I knew that they were trying to get back at me. And I knew. And it's all because of the person that assaulted me at work was a favored member of management. And they were putting that person back in my workplace. Wow.
Mm.
And you know why? You really want, and I've joked about it. Do you know what destroyed my career? Because I embarrassed my division head in a meeting. We were in a negotiating meeting, and this story will be told in everything, in its full glory. We were negotiating a particular situation out in the field, and I had spoken, saying that when it comes to a safety issue, we're looking at it at this way, this way. My division head all of a sudden started talking about tacos.
Huh?
And there were three division heads. My division head, road, traffic and lighting, and an HR rep. And I'm like, dude, you're my guy. You're in our division. So I got frustrated because number one, I made my point and you blew it off. And this is what destroyed my career. Again, it is the belief of our that all he heard was again. And the other division heads chuckled. So he looked like the ignorant F that he was by his peers. They chuckled because a senior clerk just told the division head, hey, jackass, listen. That destroyed my career.
Careers have been destroyed for less.
And they retaliated. And they retaliated hard. How does an employee rated very good for years all of a sudden become a bad employee?
They don't.
Oh, I even told them, well, you guys, there are no reprimands, there are no conversations, there are no memos, there's no nothing. And I told them, you're making this shit up. But when they choose to retaliate, they choose to retaliate. I have all the records. I can't wait. I can't wait.
You know where the bodies are buried then, dude?
Well, that's what everyone would tell me is, dude, you know where the skeletons are? And I said, no, I know where the warm bodies are because I buried them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know where a lot. It took an entire division. It actually took 3 divisions. It was a full court press. And, yeah. And I remember the conversation by the section head. Well, you know, this is going to be a good move for you. And you're going to be able to, you know, after a little while, you know, maybe go back. You coward. You're doing this to me. You're a coward. Bob. I called him a coward to his face, too. So I remember I did a memo. You know, Veronica, where she says right after she meets with management on those cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. Because I had a Sheldon type ability to recall conversations. If you were in conversation with me for a whole hour, I could, a day later, write the whole conversation down. It was unnerving to management. So when someone wanted testimony, I could go and say, well, this is exactly what happened the entire conversation. And I would repeat entire conversations, and it just unnerved people.
You had a photographic memory, but it was more an audiographic memory.
It was more than photographic. But
I said it was
unfortunately, when we went to digital, I didn't make the conversion. Sorry, I ran out of film. So yeah, and do you know what would get on management's nerves? Is not only would I repeat their words, but I repeated their gestures. So I acted it out. Oh my God. I would get chuckles from other people that were there. They're like, dude, he's got you. So I was, yeah. I have a lot to say, and I can't wait. I already have the website. I'm not telling anyone. I have the website. I've already written some of the stories, and I'm really happy about it. What? Gridiron Girl just sent me a story right now. Hi, Robert. Thank you for the like. Appreciate it, Mr. Burns. So if you guys are watching, want to share some stories, come on in. I've got a few. So it's funny. Gridiron Girl just sent me something via Instagram, and she's talking about the quarterback Russell Wilson. Did you guys know about this? He actually pinch hit for Aaron Judge as a Yankee. Did you guys know this?
Something in the back of my mind sounds familiar, but I can't really say yes or no.
Can't say I do. I am somewhat confused, but there you go.
I'm going to go to the video right now. There it is. When Russell Wilson pinch hit for Aaron Judge. I had no idea. There's no sound to it, but this is it. So he's, I think that's Russell Wilson right there. Yeah, look, foul ball. Wow. I didn't know he played baseball. Did you guys know that he played baseball?
No.
Oh, he struck out. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, and I'm getting another. Okay, Gridiron Girl is very busy on the Sports Talk with the Guys box right now. But how funny, huh, ladies? Did you guys see the private chat?
Not yet. Hang on.
Oh,
Oh, Lord. Uh-huh.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, thank goodness. No, you know the person.
I know the person?
Yeah, Liz. We just got a like.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know this particular person quite well because of their daughter. This particular person died in Vietnam in the 60s.
What?
Yes, this person died in Vietnam in the 60s.
So who is the one that...
This is his daughter that runs it. Or excuse me, his niece
so she
that
just
runs
gave
it.
us a like right now. But that name was so familiar to me that I was like, when I said what I was saying, then I got a like. I'm like, oh.
No, relax. Wrong person. No.
Yeah, I snapped for a moment.
No, he was one of the first in Carmichael that was killed in Vietnam. And Carmichael is right here within the same little sleeper town sub-communities.
So this is Robert S. Burns right here.
Correct, yeah.
Wow. So we did get a like from them. Thank you.
That would be Judy. That would be Judy that gave you the like.
Hey, Judy. Well, she gave us, you, the like. Okay.
Yeah, it's freaky to know that she was watching.
Well, yeah, it was. So, anyway, so what are your plans for the rest of the day, Anime Girl?
Well, since it's nearly 4:30 here in the afternoon, I will probably wash the dishes, make something to eat, and put a DVD on. Probably just sit and watch a DVD.
Which movie? Are you going to be watching any of the early football games by chance?
No. Unfortunately, there's none of them on that I can watch.
Okay. Yeah, because they're across. Yeah, no, I hear you. Are there any international football matches you may watch?
I have no idea if there's any international football matches. I know there was a few Premier Division matches and a few rugby matches were played yesterday, but I don't know about today.
Do you watch rugby?
It depends who's playing.
You do?
If Scotland's playing, I might watch. If New Zealand's playing, I might watch. I particularly like watching the All Blacks. They normally white wall people. So, you know, I like watching the All Blacks and I like watching Scotland. But when it comes to soccer, I got to be in the mood for it. I suppose watching rugby is about the closest you can get to watch American football. With none of the protective gear.
There was. Do you remember, Lizzie, the commercial from an Australian beer in the 90s about when they talked? I don't know what the beer was. I don't think it was Guinness, obviously, because that's English.
No, it wasn't Guinness. I know the one you're talking
It
about.
was an Australian one.
Yeah.
What's
And they
this?
were talking about Australian rules on drinking, the famous shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah.
And then they had Australian rugby helmets.
Yeah.
The guy had a Band-Aid on the back of his skull. That was funny.
It's probably a Foster's.
Oh my
It
God,
was
yes.
a Foster's. Yes, it was
Yes,
Foster's.
it was Foster's.
Foster's.
Yes.
Yes, normally Foster's is the Aussie beer. Yeah, but the
Hi,
Aussies.
Peter. Oh, Peter's here. Hey, buddy. Anime Girl asked about you this morning, and I said no, I had not spoken to you, and I did admit on air, brother, I sold your ass out. I told everyone that you had a fall, so if you want to join us, dude, I did joke at your expense that with you being on crutches and I using the cane, I'm still faster than you, brother. I did, huh, girls? I did take that shot.
That reminds me, was it?
Come on, guys. Gridiron Girl, Big Dog, come and join us. Come on, guys. Yeah. Come on.
Is it a John Wayne film where he like that?
Dude, I'm not talking about a Jedi. I didn't fall. But I apologize, Big Dog.
Okay, fine, Peter. You slipped gracefully.
Brother, I thought you did. I'm sorry if I got the story wrong. I know that you're hurting right now, and that was the point of me sharing why you had missed the program. That's all. I wasn't trying to insult, but I guess I did. So F it. Come on in, Big Dog. Gridiron Girl, come on in. You guys are watching the program. Come on.
I think if I remember rightly, he said he tried to move something with his foot and his knee decided to go the opposite direction.
Oh, okay. I've had that happen.
Thank you, Aisha, for listening, because obviously I was not.
Roger doesn't.
And with all the jokes thereof, Big Dog speaks, I don't listen. How apropos.
You keep saying he's deaf,
Dave.
Yeah.
If you say Scotland, you're deaf as a post.
I'm sorry, Big Dog. I didn't. No, seriously, dude. We did ask about you this morning, and we did, but it was in a good way, brother. So if you get a chance, come on in and join us. But I know you might be hurting a little bit, so I get that. But come on, man, we're having a good time this morning. Come on, Gridiron Girl. Come on, get in here. Aisha, you posted something on my page a few days ago, which I just liked. I had not seen it. So I'm going to go to it right now. And I'm going to ask you to read it because Lassie, I have nor the capability to read it properly.
The Scottish toast. Is that what you're on about?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm on about. And I have to tell you, Anime Girl, it is my endeavor to recapture my Scottish accent, which was quite good about 30 years ago. And I've let it go. Would you kindly share it with us? I have it here right now.
Okay.
If you're not able to read it, it's on my page, of course.
So I've got it on my page here. I've got it here. Yeah. May the best you ever seen be the worst you'll ever see. May a moose ne'er leave your ginnel wi' a teardrop in his ee. May I keep hale and hearty till you're old enough to die, and may I be just as happy as I wish you are to be.
Oh, muchas gracias. And
So
I love that toast. I'm going to be saving it myself. It is really cool. But I did not see it up until today.
that's
So,
all right. I mean, it's something that you can use for the new year.
oh, I lassie. I'm going to be repeating that one at the first opportunity that I have.
Yeah, beats the hell out of Schlanzlevar.
Um, on the program that I did on Christmas Eve, when I talked about being alone, lethal migraine has always had my back when it comes to me forgetting stuff. And when I forget about the young lady, Lauren Hill, I know who she is, but I forget her name due to my old age. I wrote it down, I saved the links. And on my Facebook page, for those of you that want and you really want to know about someone who changed my life, the young lady's name is Lauren Hill. And I posted it on December 23rd. And it's right there. I did the program, and they also did a special on the team that played against her. They had to move up 2 weeks, and it was really, really cool to know that. But I forever am going to mention her on NDB Media. I will do it during sports. I will do it during my personal time. If you want to know a little bit about me, she is my hero. And she is already 10 years gone. And I do things in my life because of her. She's probably been forgotten by many already, but not me and not others. And I intend to do a full story on her, I believe, next month, where people like this cannot be forgotten. She was a beautiful soul. She was a spirit that was ripped away from us. But in the 19 years that she lived a greater life than all of us. And I apologize for that commercial, but there's no sound anyway. But this was on 60 Minutes on the Road with Steve Hartman. Yeah. Big Dog knows. It was at that moment
Yeah.
that I wrote off ESPN. I watched it regularly. Big Dog and I talked about it regularly. Not this story per se, but we were talking about ESPN, the mothership. It was a big part of, and because we would hear ourselves on air anyway. So it's kind of nice to hear yourself on stage, every argument you made on Saturday being repeated back in a few days. But I blew up. I lost my mind when the SB was given not to her. That's all I'm going to say, not to her. I was done with ESPN. I was done. Don't care. She lived a life that few of us will ever live. And she only lived for 19 years. And she did more in those probably in the last 2 years of her life, maybe the last year of her life, than most of us will ever accomplish. One of the things that she was asked is, are you sad that you're in the position that you are? And I'm butchering the question, and I'm paraphrasing the answer. She says, the disease that I have is directed at kids. No one knows of it but the parents and doctors. If I am the voice for children, then I am privileged to be that voice. This girl's 19. And she teared up and said, I am the lucky one to be their voice. Oh my God. And she was their voice. In a year, through her efforts and endeavors, they raised $1.5 million. And she said, we raised, not I. We raised. And I look at her and I see that image. And that is one reason why I cannot sit here and moan and whine about my life. She knew she was going to die. And she lived the best life that she could. Yes, you hear me moan and bitch and whine, but it doesn't stop me from what I do. And yes, Big Dog, it was the greatest injustice. So I don't watch ESPN anymore. Lauryn Hill. I'm glad I had the privilege of knowing about you. I knew when you were ill, and I knew when you were going through it. I told the Big Dog yesterday that I was so stunned that LeBron James, upon her passing, posted on Twitter. He said, Lauren, reach out to my grandmother. She knows who you are. We've talked about you a lot. And oh my God. I'm not a fan of LeBron James, but my level of animosity towards him dropped a lot.
Yeah, well, he can do something occasionally, you know. Proves he's got something in there besides a automated clock.
That's very good.
Well, even with the clock, it's right or does something right twice a day.
Very good, both of you on that one. When you said
Yeah.
clock, I was thinking of Colonel West in Star Trek 6. So what happens if this precipitates a war? It was in one of the cut-off scenes. It says, well, quite frankly, Mr. President, we shall clean their chronometers. And the president gets mad. That was a good scene. I'm surprised they cut it out. You know, it was called Operation Retrieve to pull Kirk and McCoy out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good cut scene. You actually see it in the movie, the map in the background, but that's it. But it was in the cut scene. And oh my God, Rene Avanois, I loved him. Says, well, quite
Yeah,
frankly, Mr.
undiscovered
President.
country, wasn't it?
Yeah, Discovered Country, yes.
Yeah. You don't
That
know
was
Shakespeare.
funny.
You don't know Shakespeare till you hear it in the original Klingon.
Yeah, that was funny.
Somehow seeing William Shakespeare with a wobbly head and sharp teeth. Nah. Don't
Yeah.
really.
They believe that William Shakespeare was a Klingon on Earth.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love that part of the history. That was really good. And that joke kept on going for a while.
Oh, it's still going. It's still, you're getting all sorts these days. You know, you Flipper and Christ knows what, you know.
Yeah.
The Beatles, you don't know the Beatles till you hear them in the original Klingon and you think, what?
That is
Really?
damn funny, man. You know, a sarcastic one-liner in a movie has entered the lexicon of the world. Oh my God, it is great.
The one line, I suppose, it's always stuck with me, and it comes from a rather stupid BBC series. It's also out of a book called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
It's where Marvin, the paranoid android, turns round to Arthur Dent and Ford Prefect and says, life? Don't talk to me about life. I've got the brain the size of a planet, and they tell me go and pick up the prisoners.
Yep.
Right. Actually, Anime Girl, Liz herself and others, you guys caught something in the final episode of Lower Decks, right?
I didn't watch Lower Decks, unfortunately.
Oh, it was good.
Apparently, there was a massive homage to Hitchhiker's Guide to the
The Guide to
Galaxy,
the Galaxy. There
which
was.
I missed. And when they explained to me, I'm like, oh my God. And apparently, Star Trek Discovery has been wiped away from canon in that episode. It's
Yep.
implied that Star Trek Discovery lives in an alternate
Universe.
Oh my God.
Which is making me wonder right now. Michael is going through all of Discovery again, and he's in season 5. I wonder how he's going to feel now when he comes to the end of it. Now that we just finished Lord
who?
Day.
He's watching it again?
Yes, you told me that one. Yeah,
Bastard.
he's already in season 5.
You know, Michael and I watched that program from the very beginning, and we got so much grief from so many people that didn't like it.
Oh, I got grief from my own family who are Star Trek fans. I loved it.
I don't know if I loved it, but Aisha, have you seen Star Trek Discovery?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm afraid my last Star Trek series I can honestly say that I sat and I watched more than once is Voyager.
That's my personal love, Star Trek Voyager. Yeah. I saw Discovery, and I was in for the emotional trip in season 3. I enjoyed season 3 and season 4, but season 3. Remember, Liz, at the very beginning of the episode where the gentleman awakes to sit at the table?
Uh-huh.
And we learn later what his job was and what he was doing at the very end of the episode when Burnham says, please, and I, as representative Starfleet, award you the rank of the. Oh my God, I lost my mind when he brought out the flag. He says, I am not a commissioned officer.
Yep.
I have gone 30 years, and the rules are only a commissioned officer. No, only a commissioned member of Starfleet. Didn't have to be an officer. And he was following the rules.
Yep.
Oh my God. That whole concept of the true believers. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of them. The whole thing of the true believers. The image or the universe 900 years from where they were. It was dark and horrible. It was the nightmare that Picard uttered in yesterday's Enterprise times 10. When Captain Garrett tells him, Captain, I've told my crew that they better get adjusted to the here and now because the Federation is at war and we are in the here and now.
No.
And Picard pulls her inside and he says, but if you go back, you might just be able to do something that none of us can do now. He says, you might be able to change all of this. You might be able to stop this war before it even started. Billions have died. Starfleet Command believes that we may have to surrender within 6 months. In 1990, the belief that the Federation was going to lose a war against the Klingons was a frightening image. And then you have Star Trek Discovery Season 3, that there is no Federation. It has fractured. It was... Sorry. And they made fun of the people who were the true believers. And Jimo and I were true believers. We liked the president of Navarre from the get-go. Oh man, she was bitching. Oh, and when they went to Earth, when they finally got to
To
Earth,
Earth.
and all that had happened, found out what had happened in the future, how sad it was.
Yeah.
And Discovery was at the forefront of reuniting the broken bits and pieces. Wow. That was some really highfalutin concepts. And it was good. And Chimo and I watched it. We watched it all.
Well, Star Trek has been known for that. It's got some very wonderful thinkers within its think tanks.
I was annoyed, Liz, when people were telling me that Star Trek is woke by Star Trek
Oh,
fans. I'm like, really?
ew, I
Star
know, I
Trek's
know.
woke? Do you
It's
even
a,
understand the word woke? Or is it
no, they
just
don't. They don't.
so based on what was Star Trek Discovery, Michael Burnham. You know, folks, I was so thrilled that they never explained why she went by the name Michael Burnham.
But it was kind of obvious, though,
It
that
was kind
people.
of obvious, but they never dumbed the audience down to say, "Oh, hi. Oh, that's why they call you Michael Burnham?"
No, do you realize Michael is a female name in Hebrew? Is that why you're smiling?
That is very good, Liz. I said they didn't dumb the audience down. They had, who took the initiative? See, they thought in today's world that it was something else.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it wasn't.
That was the brilliance behind that. That was cool. That's about all I'm going to give him on that.
No, I
But
caught that from day one, and then
I
with
did
their
not.
connection to Spock and being raised on Vulcan, no, that was like a number one. You've also got to remember, I was raised in a almost good morning. Haven't seen that name in a while, girl. Contact me.
Hi, Kayla. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday morning.
Good morning.
Amaviska. What is Amaviska in your name? Please let me know. I'm too lazy to look it up. But thank you for joining us. Yeah, that was the brilliance behind it. That was very good, Liz. I didn't catch that from the very get-go. I kind of looked back and I got it somewhere late in the season. I was like, ooh, you sly dogs.
Yeah.
I was like, that was good. But I didn't bother because it angered so many people why they called it, for obvious reasons. And that was creative. They never answered it. You see, and I remember when we reviewed season 5 and we did the last episode, and I stated that. I did. Really? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. I appreciate that, Kayla. Thank you for that. That's why, I see the name Kayla Marie Crumpler. Amaviska? That's like, all right. You got to tell. So I appreciate that, Kayla. Hi. Pleasure to meet you. So Discovery was good. But again, people who are hardcore Star Trek fans that I've known for years, they're saying that this Star Trek Discovery is woke. Number one, I said, okay, number one, you're ignorant. 2, you really don't understand what the word woke is. 3, it's a pejorative. And 4, Kirk and Uhura, dude.
Yep. Thank you.
Kirk and Uhura.
Thank you.
My oldest daughter she was angered one day and she called me an SJW. I'm like, what? What's that? You're a social justice warrior. I was like, oh, sweetheart, I'm about to educate your ass right now. An SJW is a slur today for many people. It's like woke. If you're an SJW, you're a social justice warrior. And I said, hey, well, I didn't call her a dumbass, but I tell other people this. I am a social justice warrior, but you morons don't understand what the word actually means. Social justice is what it's been for hundreds of years. I am proud to be a social justice warrior because I fought for equality when it came to the workplace, to families, and the world. You guys use it as a punchline. You guys think it's a woke insult. A social justice warrior is someone who fights for social justice. You ignorant Fs, you don't even understand what the word means or the phrase. So yes, I said I in the 90s, 2000s, I never called myself a social justice warrior, but I knew I was because I was fighting for equality for all. I was fighting for better wages, for insurance. Folks, when they passed the Affordable Care Act on Christmas Eve, I have fought for that my entire life. I have fought for healthcare for all my entire life. We are the only industrialized country not to have for everyone. What a crime. What a shame. But anyway, sorry, I got on a very high rant right there. So when I hear people talking about Discovery, it being woke, I said, you're a Star Trek fan, right? Yeah. You dumbass.
I'm right there with you.
You dumbass.
I hate to say this, but they say they're Star Trek fans, and they're probably no older than 35.
For what?
For saying they're Star Trek fans if they're calling it woke, because they do not remember or have never watched or been through growing up watching from the original on.
I knew from the get-go. Guys, the bridge of the Enterprise.
Yeah, that was unheard of in its day.
Lieutenant Uhura was female. She was of African American descent. And she was an officer.
Yep.
Toma.
She was a lieutenant, wasn't she?
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
She was a lieutenant. And she actually commanded the ship once, I believe, right? She
I
sat
believe
in the
so, yeah.
captain's chair.
Yeah.
Sulu. I mean, that other guy. The one that spoke with the brogue, man. I know that was more traditional.
I know. I cringed when you did that.
Chekhov, our enemy in the 1960s, our mortal enemy, had a position on the bridge. What a glorious image. And one of the admirals was Latin. Actually, two of them were. Gene Roddenberry, with all of his faults, the guy was okay, man.
He was a visionary.
He was. He saw a future. Oh, and Mr. Spock, the other alien. We were all on the same bridge going forth together. And I think there's a video, Star Trek across the universe.
Stop. Don't start that. I won't get it out of my head.
Always going forward because we can't
Never
fight reverse.
Yep.
Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow.
Starboard bow.
It's life, Jim, but
Jim,
not as we know it.
starboard bow, Jim.
Not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Not as we know it, Captain. There, yeah, and then a horror cling on those. We come in peace.
Shoot to kill.
No,
We come in It is so damn funny when you look at all the characters and the spots fit. Dr. Demento. Oh my God.
He was brilliant. I miss him so much.
I do too. We all knew Dr. Demento. What a kind soul, huh? Yeah.
I remember, was it Leonard Nimoy being in a couple of Columbo programs as well?
Yes.
Oh, yes. He started out on Wagon Train and even before.
Yeah.
Both DeForest Kelly and he were doing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember DeForest Kelly being in a few cowboy films.
And he was usually a bad guy, too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
It was cool what they did in the original series and then the Next Generation. Folks, I think I was no, I was not alive for bread. No, not bread and circuses. Sorry, the wrong one. For that episode, Plato's children or
Children,
stepchildren.
yeah.
With his stepchildren.
Thank you. Yes, Plato's stepchildren. I don't think I was alive for that one.
I was.
Because I was born 2 months before the original Star Trek went off the air, and my mother talks about holding me in her arms when Armstrong did what he
Mhm.
did. And I was a child of that generation. And I told you I had a tiny connection to that in 1994 when the Next Generation went off air. On the final episode, I held Ariel, my oldest daughter, in my arms, watching the last scene of the Next Generation episode, as my mother held me in her arms when the last episode of Star Trek and the moon landing. I was like, I got to do that. So, it was a little bit of symmetry, and no one ever knew.
I always remember I came back from Hong Kong in April 1969. I was about, what, 10 or 11 years old? And this kid came running up to me in the playground and went, have you heard the latest? And I went, what? And he went, there's a new science fiction program on the BBC. Really? Yeah, it's called Star Trek. Seen it? And the look on the guy's face, he sort of looked at me and went, get real. How can you see a program that's not been released yet? And I went, it's quite simple. In Hong Kong, we had American TV, and the Americans had it 2 years ago. Prove it. So I told him the whole episode, Charlie X.
Yes,
Oh,
that
you
was the
didn't.
second or
Oh.
third episode, right?
Well, it was the first one over here in Britain.
Okay. Oh,
It
all
was
right.
Charlie X was the first one they showed. Don't ask me why, but they showed Charlie X as number one over here. So I told him all about Charlie X, and he went, that's a load of garbage. He used another word, but I won't say it. Following day, he came in, he looked at me and he went, you jammy git, you have seen it, haven't you? And I went, yeah.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I mean, I saw Star Trek. I saw Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I saw Lost in Space.
Yes.
Land of the Giants.
Oh, I love that
I
one.
did not. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching all of those. I think it was Dr. Smith used to really get on my nerves from Lost in Space. The guy used to get on my nerves.
He got on my nerves too, but looking
Everybody's
back,
nerves.
oh my goodness.
The only reason I think I used to watch Lost in Space was Robbie the Robot. Because I remember him from the film, the 1950s film.
Robinson Danger. There was a line that stuck with us for the longest time. That one's gone away. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Yeah. But I remember, was it Robbie the Robot was in that Forbidden Planet, wasn't he?
Yes. Big Dog?
With, of all people, Leslie Nielsen.
Yes. And boy, was he a dramatic actor then, now, but his comic timing, oh my God, Leslie Nielsen. He went from a dramatic actor to a comedian of the first order. That man had timing. Michael J. Fox has comedic timing.
Yes, he
Oh
does.
my God. Yes. Well, Big Dog, there is a story that you're alleging, but since you're not on with us, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kayla. I did not see that. We probably have lost you already. But Crumpler is husband's last name. But it's cool that in your Facebook profile you have that. But
I'll let you in on a little secret with her. Her her children are actually not blood related, but they're technically my grandkids. And my daughter is actually her mother, but not. When my daughter was super
are
little,
you guys Mormon?
no, when my daughter was super, super little,
Okay, someone's gonna get mad that knows me.
when my daughter was super, super little, she adored Chelsea, and that's don't mean from outing you on a different name there, Kayla, but she adored her, and Chelsea adored her. And so they would go around, and she would always be babysitting my daughter, and pretty soon it just became a standard thing that my daughter was her daughter, and it just became a family thing that we all kind of agreed on. And so when she wound up having children of her own, those children became my de facto grandchildren, and I have four of them.
That's funny. I talked about converting a little while ago, and I understand why someone got mad. Where I said, well, I already have my first wife, and I know who my second would be, and I know who my third and fourth would be. So screw it. I might as well go. And my wife herself said, you can't even handle one. Like, you're still here. This was back in the 2000s. And I was just messing around saying that. But I had them chosen. Oh, yeah. I will not mention their names, but I had, and two of them would readily have said yes. The third one, that one would be difficult. But she said that if I was single, she would date me. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm all right with that. God, said she. Oh, wait. Okay, what did you... All right, here we go. Hold on. You are charged with 17 violations of community standards. I'm sorry, but I'm not through violating community standards.
Oh, that's good.
I like that one. That one is cool. Thank you. That one is good. Yes, I did violate some standards right now. Folks, I do it in humor. Do I misfire? Yes, I do. But if you really believe that I think that, okay. If you think there's maliciousness in my heart, I'm stupid. I say things because I think I generally try to make people laugh. I know people get bent out of shape, but in my heart, I try to make people laugh. Do I screw up? Oh, for the love of God, yes. But I think for the most part, because I remember Richard Ratty before he passed away. He was gay. And I told a gay joke on air. I thought it was funny, but I didn't read the joke before I read it. And I probably would not have read it on air, but I did. And he hung up from the episode and he was angry. And I spoke to him later. And the first thing I told him was, Richard, I did not read the joke. And I read it on air and I wouldn't have if I'd known. I was stupid. Do you believe that I meant it? And he thought about it and he said no. And I was like, okay, Richard, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. And he says, why are you saying sorry? Because if you really believe that I meant it, me saying sorry wouldn't do anything. He forgave me without me saying sorry. And that's why I still apologize to him. I said I was stupid. I was wrong. I was immature. It was out of line. It was bad. It was in bad taste. I mean, it was really in bad taste. Something that even I wouldn't have said, but I did. And that's why I told him after, I said, I'm sorry. That's the way I operate, folks. Why am I going to apologize if you're just going to go away angry anyway? Who cares? If you know who I am, you know I don't mean it. Besides, people who know who I am know when I mean it. Right, Liz? Right, Anime Girl?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's something that I do which I cannot imitate, right?
Yeah, your eyebrows just
my
do something
eyebrows
weird.
get
They get
into
furrowed and
they get furrowed, and I cannot imitate it. That's one. When the eyebrows go in and I
you
take
get a look
certain
in your
tone,
eye too that
yeah.
just it's 100% you're pissed.
And my thing is, hey, I'm not effing around. So, but a lot of people don't know because they haven't really engaged me for a little bit. But that's the way I operate. I've said things that are stupid. And it's not that my speech is being curtailed. No. It's Mama said if you don't have anything good to say,
Don't say nothing at all.
I believe in that. And that's the way I play sports. That's the way I debate with people or have. I never debate people. I have conversations with people. Right, Anime Girl? What's the point of a debate? It's
To
to
have
win,
a
right?
well, yes, but to have a discussion where contradicting and controversial aspects are brought forth and debated in a sensible and adult manner.
Yes. I loved debate because there were rules and there were clocks. So debate is good. But I don't try to debate people. I try to have conversations with them.
People today don't debate, they argue.
Mm-hmm.
And if I may even take that a step further, we had a conversation on Thanksgiving. I had some extended family that I hadn't seen in a bit. We got together at my sister's house and we were talking about hot button topics. And I mentioned to them, and it was the first time I contradicted someone in the family when I said, guys, it's not even that. People aren't interested in what you have to say. They deliver their argument or their statement, and that's it. They've said what they believe, and they're not interested in a response other than, you're right, you're right. If you have a retort or a response, they're not listening. They're not interested. And in the United States of America, the land of free speech, that is sad.
And one day they'll get it that you got to talk things through. As I've also told people before, history is black and white. It isn't pretty coloured, and you can't dilute it to suit your tastes. You either
Nope.
accept it as it is, or you don't.
Don't even get that look, Roger. Don't even start.
All I can say is, folks, it is damn hilarious that she knew exactly what I was going to do. And I have said about Liz, she was either there. I don't think you were there at this point when I said the beauty of one of the beauties of the relationship that I have with Liz is that there are two topics that I've identified and generally historical that when we convert, it's it's all it's all of that. And I'm not going to insult her by saying what it is right now. You guys know, if you've been watching even a little bit of this, that there is no safe harbor when it comes to one of those topics. I mean, there is daylight between our differences. And again, out of respect to Liz, I'm not even going to bother to mention what it is right now. You guys catch on in a little bit anyway. And she knew when Anime Girl was saying, "Oh, history is black and white," and I'm like, I mean, she knew. And I appreciate the offhand language that we all have. I've been told in comments that it is frustrating to listen to us speak because there's so many innuendos that we don't explain to the audience. And my thing is, well, tough shit. Catch up. Is that fair, Liz?
That's fair.
I'm not
And
going to insult you in any way because that's not the point.
no,
And I'm not going to mention what it is. But I love that fact that we actually, and what I didn't add, Liz, is that there is daylight between our, I'm going to call it concepts right now. and yet we don't hate each other.
No, and there's one thing, and I'll leave it at that. You think there's a lot of daylight when, surprisingly enough, there's really not that much daylight between us.
I meant on that one topic.
Yeah, I know, and that
Okay.
was what I was referring to.
Okay. Other than
You make
that, no,
you make a
there's
lot of very brilliant points. Oh my god, I said that live recorded. Gotta erase that.
yeah, my neck hurts.
It's a lot of bull I just dropped.
But I respect you enough that I still listen to you. Come on, that was great. That was. I couldn't keep the smile or the laugh long enough. Oh my goodness.
The thing is, though, if the pair of you didn't respect one another and the pair of you didn't respect one another's views, you wouldn't have the conversations that you have about that particular subject, would you?
No, not at all.
So therefore, there is a mutual respect and a mutual understanding of the other's point of view.
Oh, you can stop right there. I'm not gonna. Mutual respect is almost like big dogs. Well, we're gonna agree to disagree.
No. There is no agreeing to disagree. If I disagree with you, I'm telling you, I disagree with you.
And do you know what the funny thing is? Big Dog said that once. In all the time that I've known him, he only said it once, and I snapped. So when he comes back with, I think he's trying to get under my skin. I'm like, damn you, Big Dog. But that's the relationship that we have, and it's funny. Don't get me wrong, I try to get under his skin too, but no one sees me try. I just am a bigger crybaby about it. See, look. I'm glad you're still here, brother. Is the topic who likes being on top and who likes bottom? No. But I'm glad you're still here, big dog. Look, it is what it is. And I know he tries to get under my skin more than I try to get under his. But don't get me wrong. We're both trying. And I think most people who watch know it. We have just thankfully gotten along for so long. And, you know, there was a time that the big dog and I had a major, a real ugly disagreement. And we did not speak for like 4 years. I, to this day, don't even remember what it was over. And I don't even remember how. But we promised each other never to do that shit again. And we got close again because of things that were happening in our respective lives. And we both pulled back and we're like, dude, we're going that way again. And I think it's the common ground that we have. Oh, I'm sure there are days a big dog wants to strangle the shit out of me.
There's days I want to help him.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, damn. I'm getting double teamed in a way that I don't want to be. And there are days that I'd like to strangle him as well. But I don't want to end anything. Because he and I together, we've actually been through a lot. And I will get angry at him on air more often than he does with me, I think. But I'm glad that we can do that. I don't like getting angry at him. But if this is a means for us to continue to move on, if we can take it out on each other, well, shit, who better, right? Maybe Big Dog? I know he's like, stop being a dick. I am lucky to have known him. I am lucky that he greeted me when I walked into 204 on that particular day in May of 1988. He was the first one I met there. It probably was May 1st. And I consider myself fortunate. Or April 5th. Oh, I bore the shit out of him. It was always April 5th. But it is what it is. And I consider myself fortunate that I still have him in my life. And he and I have gone through some ugly personal but we've been oh, that's right. 204 was Montebello. Oh my God. That's right. 134, damn it. Yeah, we're talking about the store numbers at Thrifty Drug.
Peter, it's his dementia kicking in. Just excuse him, listen to whatever, and just get on with it. He'll ramble a bit more. Then
Dude,
forget where he was.
get in here. So anyway, I do consider myself fortunate. And there are people that think that we really dislike each other. So, well, we get impatient and angry with each other, but it's related to what we do on air. Does that carry over off air at times? Yeah, it does. But yet, for the most part, we're back together on Saturday. I am fortunate to have that relationship with someone. It's a professional, familial, and I revel in it. I mean, we've done this shit for 17 years. We can't be happy forever, right, folks? So, I just wanted to share that little bit with you. We are human beings. We have faults. But he and I have struggled there. I said we did not speak for 4 years. And that sucked. And we swore to each other not to do that again. We got close, like I said, but there were things going on in our lives. But, yeah. So I don't know. Was the topic that? Because no, bullshit. I'm not going to. See, he's trying to get under my skin right there.
Or hopefully he won't mention anything about a certain pair of shorts.
You.
You know I had to help him out a little bit.
I said nothing. Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Wow. Mr. Big Dog, would you please join us so you can give us that information? I went to the website. There's nothing on the Lakers website right now, but I'm sure it's in the news media. Wow. This is big. Maybe the Big Dog wants to do his weekly program now. But anyway, that is breaking news, folks. Lakers just traded D'Lo to the Nets. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going there. But all right. Wow. Breaking news. So this is in the middle of the season when this happened. So, wow. Who did they get? Does it say? Because going to ESPN, it is not on the main page either. Because they send it out via text or on the app. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was like, oh, come on. Don't tell me I got the breaking news. No, I do not get ESPN breaking news. Deliberately, I do not. All right. Let me see. And going to the NBA page, no, it's not anything on there either. So
YouTube
it just
has
happened.
some stuff on it.
Yeah. Well, they just haven't updated the page. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let me hobble to the living room and I'll be on in a few moments. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Waffle on Sunday morning. No. I've been begging him to join us, and now that he is, we're out.
Yeah, I mean, we have a game here starting in just a little bit, actually.
Yeah. So maybe if you can just come on over and give us this, we'll probably finish up in a bit. Yeah, I just got a text message that breakfast was prepared.
See, I'm looking forward to Buffalo completely creaming the Jets, and I might have them for breakfast.
Ooh, very good. Oh, we get some smack talk right now.
Well, it's better than my Eagles flying off of the little wimpy Cowboys these days. And you know they're going to have them for barbecue today.
Hey, let me tell you, Aisha, you have done so well this year. You are like in second place.
Third.
You're
Third.
in third place.
Yep.
As is Lizzie, right? Are you in second place? No, you're
No, I'm in fifth because,
Peter's in second.
yeah, Peter's in second.
well, no. There's several people tied with him. I guess I'll have to go over to that right now. I talked about it briefly, but Big Dog says the Los Angeles Lakers have agreed on a trade sending D'Angelo Russell. Oh man, I know D'Lo. And Maxwell Lewis and 3 second-round picks to the Brooklyn Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton, according to ESPN. Wow. So maybe he
Yeah.
can come in real quick and give us his opinion on that trade right now.
The present score is your top, Gig is second, I am third, Big Dog is fourth, and Liz is fifth.
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
thought.
okay, hold on a minute. Okay, but look, no. I am in first. Gig
Yeah.
has 166. Anime Girl has 166. Big Dog has 166. That means Gig, Anime Girl, and Big Dog are tied for second. So
Oh, yeah,
that's how
you're
it
right.
works. You got to look at the standings, and then if you count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, NorCal Girl is in fifth, all alone in fifth, and then Almighty and Philly Special are tied for sixth, and then I believe Lukey's comes in seventh because Dream has fewer. He comes in either 8 or 8.5, the way it is. But that's the way it is right there. When you have the same number of games, that's the tie. So Gig, Anime Girl, and Big Dog are tied for second. That's the
Yeah.
way it works. And then NorCal Girl is in fifth.
Well, maybe this week will separate a few of us.
That's the way we've been running.
Look, I admit it, I've had a great year. I've lucked out on some wins that should not have happened. By any measure, should not have happened. And I lucked out. I thought one of the most, it's funny how the three of us are on right now because of the week that we had.
Uh,
Okay. In any book, ladies and gentlemen, when you go 14-2, that is a phenomenal week. And that was the week that the three of us went 16-0.
no. Yep.
How depressing is that? That's like going 6-1 in a baseball week, and yet you still lose 2 games because the other guy went 8-1. It's like, what are you gonna do? I really thought that was the knife in the season. That just blew everyone away.
I was shocked when I got the result. I thought, nah, they've got that wrong. I can imagine Roger getting it and Liz getting it, but me, a Brit,
I
16
was, yeah, I was shocked as well. But all three of us went 16-0. And my whole thing was, I was like, wow. Okay. But I felt for everyone else because there were 5 people that went 14-2.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm looking at it the other way, like, what a week. We still lost 2 games. That's what I mean. They went 14-2 and still lost 2 games. That is demoralizing. Oh, that was week 13, huh?
Something like that.
Ooh,
But I mean, you've still got people going 13-3 and 14 and that. There's still people hitting those marks.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm most proud of is that everyone for the second year in a row is above 50%. And
Yeah, it
when
was week 13.
yeah, and when
I
you
looked.
look at how we're all picking almost everyone is 55% and above.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Our picking as a group has gone to another level. Look, folks, I have always picked, as I've said, in the 63 to 67% range. Remember, I said that? If you look at me sticking to that, I am less than Philly and more than Engineer. I'm in that range career wise. I've taken it up to, no one has picked 72%, and that's where I'm at right now. That's crazy.
I can't believe I'm sitting at 69%. That's kind of thrown my my life into a loop. I'm thinking, what the hell?
You have become a much better picker at that. Look, you're at 69. NorCal Grows at 68.8, which is 69. Big Dog's at 69. None of us here were ever really above 66, 67%. Seriously.
No, I mean, I can remember the first time we did this, I was way down the bottom.
Yeah, but you consistently play. Look, guys, we have, my God, from Color Maven on up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people are at 65% and up.
That's amazing.
Wow. That's impressive. And that's what I get a kick out of. Does it feel good to be in first? Yeah, it does. And I'm trying not to be a dick about it. But even by saying, well, your humility's fake, I'm like, go look. Go to hell. So I'm trying to be magnanimous about it. And I'm luckier than everyone else because I'm having a career year. I think Big Dog will get a kick out of that one. I am having a career year because I am always in the 63 to 66% range. I'm a good picker. But I am running at 10 points above my career average.
Maybe this is your year.
Yep.
Career-wise, this might be my greatest year. Yeah. So all I can say is I consider myself fortunate. I told you guys I started 12-4. Then I went 7-9 and 8-8. I was angry. I was like, I got to change the way I'm doing stuff. And I did.
Yeah. I mean, you think about the way Philly Special did it last year. I mean, he just came in and blew everybody away.
But
I hated him.
NorCal Girl finished in second, did you not?
Yeah, I was in the lead most of the time until a little over halfway through. Then he took over with me by just a couple of games.
He didn't blow us out though, did he?
Not terribly.
But both of you guys were ahead significantly.
Yeah.
All I can say is that none of us gave up and we kept on going. And it wasn't that far apart, but you guys had it entering the last 2 weeks. And this is not over. This is not over. I have to be judicious. I'm entering the last 2 weeks. I think I'm perfect so far this week again. And the thing about me was the first games, I would always suck. I'd go like 5-5 or 6-6 in the first, the first games of the week. And then I would do well at the end. But this year I've had days or weeks that I've started 8-0, 11-0. Like, wow.
Well, I was surprised at the Rams Cardinals game. That kind of threw me.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about those games the other day.
How did it end? Who won?
What? Rams 13-9.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Rams
right.
And that was almost undisputed. They wound up having to actually have a ref settlement on whether it was or was not a touchdown, and did it actually come off the guy's helmet and a catch, and did the ball hit the floor?
Oh, I think I was tired. I fell asleep. I saw the Denver Bronco one.
Oh, that was just as bad.
Yeah,
That was a mother effing incredible catch by the rookie of the
Yes, it was.
Broncos to tie that game.
Yes.
That was,
But then
and
again, you
he's a
see,
freaking rookie. Damn him!
I mean, looking at the Chargers Patriots game, I mean, it looks like it was a complete and utter blowout for the Chargers. They just ruled the roost there, didn't they? I mean, what, 40-7? Really?
Really? Oh wow!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Chargers,
Now
40-7 against the Patriots. I mean, a year ago, that would have been unheard of.
I was talking to my sisters yesterday about something related to the family, and I asked them, "Are you watching the game?" And they're like, "No." I said, "Oh, that's right. You guys don't have NFL, the NFL Plus. I have." And they said, "Well, no, it's on TV," but they weren't getting that one game, so they couldn't find it. And I started doing the call play by play for them in the last little bit. My poor sister Alma, because she's Bronco fan, and she appreciated my calling. I'm like, oh well, whatever. It was very rough, but it was fun. I hadn't called a football game in over 10, 12 years. I could do baseball like that. Oh, I'd love to do baseball again. So the Rams won 13-9, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a nail biter with the one right before it with Denver and Cincinnati.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
yeah. That
God.
game I was watching the fourth quarter on. And my sister said, "Oh, well, you're happy that Cincinnati won." I told her, "No, it does. I don't care for Cincinnati." But
Cincinnati won only because for the grace of somebody up there was smiling on them because they played so many points so badly.
see, I didn't see the entire game.
Oh my God.
And that's why I tell people when I watch the highlights, it doesn't give you the flavor of the game.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm trying to watch more. All three games were wonderful. Yeah, my sisters saw two of the three. For some reason, I guess they couldn't catch one of them for whatever reason. I think Alma wasn't feeling well or whatever. But thank you, Gridiron Girl. Should come on in, talk about it. Come on, Gridiron Girl.
You
So,
know you'll want to.
Yep.
so let me see: Chiefs, Ravens, Seahawks. So through Thursday, I was 3-0. Chargers, I won again 4-0. Bengals 5-0, 6-0. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm right there too.
I'm already 6-0 again, and I've just been fortunate.
Yeah, I'm 6-0 myself right now too.
Where are you?
So am I.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
So am I. Shock horror. Ain't gonna last.
Oh, never say never.
I remember when Engineer got the 14-0, and I was like, well, yeah, it was a perfect game. Doesn't matter. And then when we all went 16-0, I was like, sorry, Jay. This was a full week of games. What a
Yeah.
dick. What a dick. See, now I'm acting like a dick on that one. But when Jay got 14-0 and Big Dog announced that was the first 14-0, I was like, really? No one had a perfect week? I could not recall anyone having a perfect week, so I didn't say anything. But I was like, I thought someone did, but I couldn't recall. And I think a perfect week would have been bragged about. Okay. What is the porn that Gridiron Girl is sending me?
Uh-oh.
More porn.
No, it's probably possum porn.
Understood. There's probably a reason why she's not going to be joining us right now. Good for you. It's 9:36 in the morning. Good for you, man. So she's having a drink this morning. So that's good.
Oh, that's all right. My mind went elsewhere.
No, my mind went exactly for what she was doing because I'm wishing the same thing at the moment.
Well, that was my intent. So, but I'm glad. Anyway, guys, seriously, I'm not into the trash talk on sports, and Big Dog and I have argued about that. He said, but that's part of it. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't want to play, and I don't because I've told you the story why. I've learned because people were good to me when they had every reason to trash talk, and they didn't. That's why I choose not to. And it's not bad sportsmanship, but I am not going to play that way. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just no. Because I told you the story that when I was playing Dream at the youth group at the church that we were at, they were lighting us up like a Christmas tree on a summer day. It sucked. There was one inning where they scored like it might have been 40 runs. It might have been. They just beat our ass, and they weren't bragging. They were doing the high five, good hit, whatever. But they weren't loud. They weren't, they weren't being a-holes about it. They let their bats talk. And they were lighting us up, man. And they weren't dicks about it. So when the inning ended, I said, so what was the tally? And he said 10 runs. Oh, I'll take it. Just 10 runs. I mean, they went around twice. That should have been a lot more, but I was like, okay. And what happened. They went cold. And then we started to come back, a run here, a run there, and everything. And then we took the lead, and they had gone cold. And some of the girls on the team, they started to whoop it up. Like, I'm like, hey, don't do that shit. They were just looking at me. They said, don't high five, because number one, the fat lady has not sung. 2, don't be a dick. Don't whoop it up. Because when they were beating our asses, they weren't doing it. Be respectful. And 3, don't give them reason to get back in the game. Right, Liz?
Very well said.
You piss them off, you're done.
Yep.
And they learned. I mean, it was just natural. It's like, bam, they got hits. And they wanted to whoop it up. I'm like, no. Tone it down. Celebrate in the dugout. Be cool. Don't be assholes. Because they had every reason to push in our face, and they didn't. So that's what I've taught about. I said, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick on the field. You want to be a dick? Oh, karma is coming.
I think mild trash talk between good rivals and good friends that can take it as sportsmanship, that's fine, but you don't want to go mean.
I agree.
I mean, we trash talk here in a manner of speaking.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh, for the love of God, we do. My sisters love you when you say idiots, and you're usually telling me that.
Well,
Says the man with the burrito in his hand.
It's a tortilla chip, damn it.
Whatever.
My sisters have gotten a kick out of you putting me in my place. I'm like, what? That's the impression they have, anime girl.
Me put you in your place?
Yeah. Because they see me defer to you all the time. That I don't argue with you, and I don't answer you back when you have a comment or you have a put down. They see that I don't.
Well, you see,
they get a kick that you get away with putting me down, and I don't answer back.
I see. We see. Then that's the colonial part of it. You see, you've got to defer to the old country because.
Oh yeah. You're making me ill just talking about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it did take him a while to get over here because he has been hurt, and I do apologize. But
hey,
Big
I'm
Dog,
double.
Team player, how you doing, young man?
I hobbled my way over.
Yeah, it only took you 2 years, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah. am I echoing or am I okay?
Oh, the camel hump is there. Yeah.
All right, hold on. There, that should do it. How's that?
Yeah,
Much
you're good,
better.
Okay.
Tell me, what's up, young man?
This guy.
Ooh,
You see what I
he's
mean?
quick. He's quick.
I greet him, and what he's like, there you go, Governor.
I
I'm
love
glad
you
this guy
too.
is up. Yeah. Did you notice? He said what he said. What's the first gesture I go to?
Yeah, and you do that and you drop the chip. So what was it really worth it?
I
I'm
dropped
number
the
one.
chip.
I'm
Number
number one.
one. Wait. I dropped the chip?
Yes. It
All right,
flipped out of
ladies
your
and
mouth.
gentlemen, I apologize. Alpha Control, we need to get an HR operation in. We have to recover the chip.
No, leave it. The
Check the inside
possum
of
will do
your
it.
jacket or whatever. If it,
We have a hostage rescue situation. A chip is being held against its will.
Yeah, the possum will get it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Dog, good morning. Thank you for hopping
Yeah.
on over. I know you're not feeling well, but re-educate on what happened. Dude, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well, but I'm glad you joined us.
What happened with me or what happened with the Lakers?
What
You
happened with
and the
you?
Lakers.
I've been having a problem with my knee. Like I said, it's been bothering me a lot. Um, and then a couple of nights ago, as I had mentioned before or yesterday, because of the stroke and all the other problems I have and stuff, I sleep in my chair most of the night, and then I switch to the bed for about maybe an hour or two. But I was in my chair, and it didn't sit right, or I forgot what it was, and so I tried to move it, and I guess I twisted my knee is the way I can think because it's pretty much a knee sprain. Uh, and right now I'm on crutches, but I'm
But
better than I
that's when
was
you fell.
yesterday.
But that's when you
Huh?
fell, right, Big Dog?
I
That's when you
did
fell.
not fall. Nope. There
he
would have been a
twisted
seismic
his
event if I
knee.
would have fallen.
God damn it, that's right.
That
That's
was
why
the
it's
earthquakes we felt.
ha ha ha. That's why it stood in my mind because of the joke of the seismic event. Because Anime Girl and I were both here. And that's why I deliberately interrupted Big Dog right now by saying that. You know,
There
when
we
he says,
go.
"Oh, that's when you fell, right?" He obviously did not fall, so I'm sorry. Go ahead, Big Dog, please.
See, I slipped on that banana. I slipped on that banana. See?
Mm.
I told you he fell. See, no, I'll sit here. I'll behave.
Roger, behave.
Shut
Those
up.
two things do not belong in the same.
Shut up, Big Dog. Please
No.
So
proceed.
so so
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
And on the Lakers front, D'Angelo Russell has been on the trade talk
Mm.
pretty much all season. Um, and as you saw, the trade was D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, bench guy, rookie, and 3 second rounders to the
That's a
Nets for
lot.
Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. Dorian Finney-Smith is the 6'7" forward. I'm not sure if they list him as a power or a small. Um, and Shake Milton is a shooting guard. So we gave up our point guard for something that we really didn't need, which was more smalls. We don't need smalls. We need a big guy. And that was what everybody was expecting to trade for a big man. Valanciunas of the Wizards was on our wish list, and he would have been perfect, 7 footer, the guy we need to put in as a center position. So Anthony Davis goes back to his natural power forward, which he excels at. He does not like being a center. He has said it, he has stated it, and he's shown it. He does not like being bumped around like a center gets. So more of the Lakers trading for pretty much nothing. This trade did not move the needle at all, in my humble opinion.
Well, you're not a fan then.
He's not a fan
Nope,
of
that
the
would have
trade.
been that's like the Yankees trading for Kiki Hernandez.
Oh, look at that face. Talk about
Yeah.
bloody Sarah.
That shows you how much it moved the needle for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talk about Sarah the milk. Yuck.
Okay. I genuinely froze because I was reaching. I know you guys can't tell, but there's my arm. It's reaching for a Dorito, and my hand is stuck in the bag because that was almost offensive. It's
And-
in the
and-
bag. Look, I'm not kidding. It's in the bag.
And I know this isn't a sports show, but also breaking news yesterday was, of course, three-time MVP, Mr. Shohei Ohtani, is now expecting baby Ohtani.
Yay! Little munchkin.
Baby Ohtani's coming. So it's a banner year for him.
Mr. Ohtani,
World cha-
congratulations. You lucky bastard.
Yep. So he wins
Well,
his
that
third
baby has
MVP.
As I said,
Yeah,
that
he
baby
wins his
has
third-
daddy's looks. It's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the wife is very pretty also, isn't she?
She
Like,
is very pretty.
yeah. So,
They make a,
but yeah.
in my humble opinion, they make a wonderful couple. They're an attractive couple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're the ones that you would say, when are you going to hurry up and make some beautiful babies? You know,
And he's a big guy, isn't he? Like 6'2"?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to such things.
Uh-huh.
I don't. No, I really don't know how big he is.
So
Now,
so
Paul-
what did I miss? While I was gone. While I was gone those 10 minutes.
what were we talking about?
I don't even remember.
Oh, that's not fair, dude.
Okay, well that's fine.
That's not fair. We generally just go off on wherever we go. Now, Lizzie and Anime Girl, they have a
Oh, damn.
program that is, they know what they're talking about. When I'm on, oh shit, squirrel! Or in my case, possum.
Damn, these people are tall. Holy shit.
Otani, he is a big kid, isn't he?
Ohtani is 6'4".
Yeah, he's a big
Wow.
kid. So
I didn't know. Freddie
That's
Freeman
a-
is 6'5".
Oh yeah, dude, they've got some giants. Big dog, but
And
Otani's just
and
an
then
inch
of course
bigger than you.
Mookie Betts comes in at 5'9".
Eh.
No,
The guys.
Yeah.
he's 5'9".
Giancarlo is 6'6".
Yes. I
Mhm.
know
And
that.
of course Aaron is 6'7". Good morning. And of course Aaron is 6'7". But damn, I did not know Hugh Darvish was 6'5".
Yeah, some of these kids are just really tall.
Damn, what are they feeding him
5'9"?
over in Japan? What are they
Mookie
feeding in
Betts-
Japan?
Yeah, I know. Is it sushi, Liz, or Anime Girl? What are they feeding them?
It's the mercury in the sushi that's making him grow.
Probably.
It's got to be something. I mean, what your average Japanese is only about 5'5", 5'6", isn't they?
Yeah, I know.
I bet he went down well at school.
I
And
have a
Mookie-
feeling there
Mookie-
might be some purebred corn-fed Western
Fish?
DNA flowing through those boys somewhere.
I don't know.
know.
And of course, Mookie Betts must have some Hispanic blood in him since he's only 5'9". Yeah.
Okay. That's the impressiveness of Mookie Betts.
Of Mookie, that height, yeah.
That he's 5'9". That does not show on the field in any way
No,
whatsoever.
it doesn't.
No, it does not.
Years ago, Mookie Betts was called a generational player, and I agreed with it. And the Dodgers stole him from Boston. Boston, morons. You could have built an incredible team around Mookie Betts. And the trade that they got, the players, Dodgers ripped them off. Good for the Dodgers. Good for the Dodgers.
How'd you feel about Bueller going to the Sox?
I am unhappy about that. I was hoping that the Yankees would make an offer for Bueller.
Would you have paid the $21 million, $22 million that he got? I think it's only a 1 year deal, but I know it's either 21 or 22 mil.
No, I thought it was a 2-year deal. I don't know, Big Dog, but I would have gone after him. I don't know.
I'm surprised the Dodgers didn't keep him. I guess they were tired of it. But he's had two Tommy Johns, right?
Yeah, he's been hurt for the last 2 years, but for 4 years, this guy was unreal, man. But he was at that age. He was free agent, and it happened, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so yeah, Gig's not happy.
I'm not. I actually wanted to see Walker Buehler as a Yankee. So it's a tough question, Big Dog, because I hadn't thought about that, and I would have to get back to you. But I would have gone after him. I don't know what my budget would have been. That's the best
Yeah,
I could tell you right now. I wanted him in pinstripes because I think he's recovered. And the
seems that
Dodgers,
way. Dodgers are loaded at pitching, so
if they're healthy, Dodgers have healthy pitching. What does that mean? What does the word Dodger pitching mean in the last 4 years?
injured list.
Yeah. I guess he got a 1 year deal, but I thought it was a little more than that. But
And what's his face finally retired, right? Bad back, always having a bad back.
I don't know if he has. Gridiron Girl, has your lefty, Mr. Curveball Lefty, retired? What's
Kershaw.
his name? Kershaw.
Kershaw.
That's right. I told you I had one of the best put downs ever. Prior to him winning the World Series, everyone would talk about Kershaw this, Kershaw that. I'm like, what? He's nothing. During the season, he is God. And when the men rise, he's pedestrian at best. He doesn't have that killer instinct, didn't do anything. Yes, with a little bit of help, he could have been a World Series champion, but it doesn't matter. His numbers sucked. And if you want to look at his World Series numbers, they still suck. His playoff numbers. But the year, yeah, he has not retired yet. I don't think he's ready to go yet. But the year the Dodgers won the World Series is the year that what's his face, Kershaw, pitched 3 games in the entire playoff run, and in all 3 games, he went 7 innings, and he gave up 1 run or less. That's ace, okay? That's your guy. And when your guy goes out and does that, it's hard to lose. So I've always said, the monkey is off his back, and congratulations, he's a World Series champ. But you want to look at his numbers? Again. So he's going to forever be a World Series champion. Good for him. He got the monkey off his back. But his playoff numbers, guys, my grandma was better.
Did he pitch in this World Series?
No, I don't think he did. He was hurt.
But he played, so he'll get a ring, right?
Yeah, he'll get a ring, yeah.
All right. Enough of sports talk with the guy stuff. Back to the regularly scheduled
Programming.
material.
But thank you for joining us, Big Dog. So, are you still using the crutches right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's better. I mean, I can walk where I can put a little bit of weight as I'm using the crutch. But like yesterday, I couldn't put any weight on my leg without seeing stars. So it's just a bad sprain.
Gridiron Girl says I would like him to retire and become a baseball coach for the Dodgers.
What would he coach him in? How to get injured?
Oh, that's low.
I love you, Big Dog. You see? Do you see what I mean? 17 years of doing this program, and since I've known him since '88, that's what I'm talking about, folks. We can do our best to get under each other, but yet we both have moments where we're like, yeah, baby. I mean, that was perfect, dude. How can you help? I remember one of the better put downs I had was I always contended about Kershaw being not very good in the postseason. And I remember Peter Villacorta, my buddy from the seminary. We were at Dodger Stadium, and this kid passed by after I said, Kershaw, dude, he's bad in the postseason. So he pointed to this kid that had the Kershaw jersey. He said, well, what do you call that? I call that bad parenting. Oh, my God. Peter died laughing. Because I'm like, why would you buy a Kershaw jersey for that kid?
I love you, Gig.
Yeah. I think she's heard my bad parenting line. But that one, I love that one. Because we were in the concourse of Dodger Stadium. What do you call that? Bad parenting. Oh, my God. Liz, baseball fan that you are? Yes or no? Is it funny or eh?
It's funny.
Okay.
It was funny the first like 3 times that we heard you say it. I think you say it in every program.
He's old. Leave him alone. He has some timers.
Well, football games
Look,
are starting.
the wheels
4
are
minutes.
turning. He's trying to figure out what can I say that's bad but not that bad.
You know what? I love you guys. We're ending on a good note. As I said, there are times when if someone comes with a put down, you just shut up and smile. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. I love that from Madagascar. Smile and wave, boys.
Yep.
Yes, the penguins. Actually, it's cute and cuddly, boys. Cute and cuddly.
Yes, Gridiron Girl. I knew
Oh,
that
I
was
know.
directed.
I know,
was
Gig.
saying
I still
I'm
love
waiting
you.
for her to answer me. But yeah, it's all good. I think we are going to bail because the football games are starting up. I do want to say thank you to Anime Girl for allowing me to play this morning. And Lizzie, I'm glad you're back. I know you're not feeling well. I admire you doing what you do. Big Dog, I know you're hurting too, dude. And I'm glad you're able to join us even for just a few minutes right now. Folks, this is what I call the eye of the storm because you have Christmas, which just passed. Now you have New Year's. This is the calm right now. We thank you for joining us. And like I said earlier in the program, we do this as much for ourselves as we do it for our audience. We need each other. I don't know if we like each other, but we need each other. You're never alone. You see the number at the bottom. I was surprised that it's now 988 and it's a text 988 as well.
Yep.
If you text, they will respond to you via chat. So you're never alone. Just come spend it with us. We'll bore the shit out of you. And hopefully along the line, we'll make you laugh. And I consider myself the most fortunate individual in the world. The luckiest man in the world was Lou Gehrig. I am the most fortunate. Right here is Anime Girl, the injured dog, Lizzie. I have Gridiron Girl in the chat room. I mean, how good can it be? Kayla Marie Crumpler also joined us. And, oh, what the hell? Thomas just gave us a like. You have Rat? I hope you put your pics in, or maybe you'll come in and say hi real quick. And then, oh, no, we got a minute. Well, we got about a minute and a half if you want to join us. Robert S. Burns, thank you for the like. Thomas Whitney, thank you for the like. Aisha, Elizabeth Olivia Cooper, Rigor D. Noriga, and Sonia Rubles. So we appreciate the likes, folks. But I hope you guys enjoy your day today. I will be on later on today at 6 p.m. to review Skeleton Crew.
Oh, you?
And yes. Oh, he's talking to
Oh
his
no,
family. Right?
I was talking to Kathy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's making me breakfast because I can't right
Awesome.
now.
Yeah,
What
I'm
we
sorry.
I can't cook and be on crutches. I
What are
learned
we
that the hard way.
having, Big Dog? I think Anime Girl was about to ask. What are we having?
She made me an omelet. It looks like a cheese omelet with some ham and then some French fries
Oh,
and some tortillas.
Thomas says,
De
I
harina.
always need
Tortillas
more than
de
one.
harina.
I'm glad, Thomas. Good for you. I'm really happy that you always need more than 1 minute. But I hope you
It's
got
not
your
much
picks
more
in
than
that
That
1
way.
way.
minute from what I heard. It's not much more than 1 minute, but okay.
Wow. See? That's the trash talking.
At least that's what Roger told me.
Whoa! Okay. If that is true, what a dick.
if
That's why I said if it's true, what a dick. So the wheels didn't turn on that one. I just got bitch slapped. I'm like, whoa, dude. You know, it was funny. I joked about, getting a bitch slap on air one time, and the person I was opposite was a woman. And I said, I just got bitch slapped. And I was like, that might not have been apropos. Scorekeeper stupid.
But we'll
Nah.
keep him.
Did you notice the silence went more than a beat?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was great. Guys, I'm not going to belabor it. I know that football is on right now. I actually have breakfast waiting for me as well. Thomas, I hope you're well. Get your picks in. And otherwise, you're becoming Le Tortuga Dos.
I believe his picks are in. I know Almighty gave him just a little while ago. I just haven't had a chance to input them. But they'll be in. If they're there, I'll put them in.
Like the Kershaw joke, I think I say that every episode, don't I, Liz?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Oh,
should
thank
keep it and make it like into a rap.
Ooh, yeah. One of those things that just replays over and over and over again.
Yeah,
multi-layered.
there you go.
Yeah. That could be the new
You
intro.
start sitting there shaking your bloody head like an idiot. It ain't happening. If we want to insult the glorious leader, we will.
Oh, the
He put
glorious.
himself in that
Ooh.
position.
Well, okay. Hold on. I've got to contact my legal counsel, Waldo B. Heffelnickel.
And of course he represents what firm?
Big Dog, please.
Of course he's from the firm Dewey, Cheatham and Howe.
I didn't add that one. Big Dog did from the very get-go when I admitted legal counsel. Because, folks, okay, that'll be for another episode.
Thank Johnny Carson for that.
Yep.
Oh, there it is, Johnny Carson. Okay. We'll see. All right. Actually, I was answering Thomas right now. Save that sound clip. Scorekeeper stupid. So maybe we will. All right, folks. I thank everyone. Like I said, we do this because we want to, and we appreciate when everyone comes in, spends time in the chat room, joins us live. That's why we admit it. We admit what we do, and we're humbled when you spend time with us. And I eternally thank you from everyone here on. And if anyone wants to, last minute holiday comment, by all means. If you guys want to keep talking, you're more than welcome.
I just want to make one comment. We will be back. The Troublesome Twosome will be back to our regular schedule on the 12th. So make sure you guys pop in.
Did you see that? I just got bitch slapped.
Yep.
I just subbed today because I didn't know if you were going to be here or not, because I know you weren't feeling well.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it too, or as well, Big Dog. Plans for today? Football?
Football.
Good.
Food.
Good for you. I'm going to go have some myself. I may watch a little bit of football today. I normally don't.
Those games yesterday were great, all three of them, every single one of them.
That's what,
yeah.
That's exactly what Gridiron's girl said too. And I missed out on two of them. I only saw the second game, fourth quarter on. I happened to have a conversation with my sisters. So for whatever reason, they weren't watching that one. So, when you're struggling because life is hard, remember you're stronger than you believe because you've survived everything and overcome.
Yep.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
That's why he's a stud muffin.
Yeah. And I sadly wear. What are they? Forget it.
Depends.
No. I actually joked about that. I said, okay, you guys can laugh all you want, but I got home and I wasn't doing very well. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. And I'm like, well, if you would have had Depends, life would be a lot easier. Oh my God. I ran in, I made it, but I actually thought that as well. If you had Depends, you wouldn't have to run.
Dude, at all our ages, we've all been there saying, we're not going to make it.
Mine just happened the other day. Oh, you see, he loved it. Dream, you should have joined, man. But hopefully you will be able to next time. And we miss you too. Shit, I choked through that one. I meant it though. Anyway, Dream, we miss you, buddy. We really do.
Did
But
I hear
I
bullshit
know
in that cough?
I heard it too.
So did I. He's not as subtle as he thinks he is.
I
anime.
know.
Oh God, no! That would hurt.
He's laughing. He's laughing that hard because he thought he got it through and we wouldn't hear it.
Today's date is December 29, Sunday.
Okay.
Yes, anime
I don't know
girl.
what that
Did
was.
the robots finally attack their enemy girl?
Are you
I guess.
recording? Is that the recording timestamp?
I just unfortunately reached for my cold drink and pressed an old speaking clock that I bought for Mother.
You
That's
might
what you
have-
heard.
You should play that one more often when we're live. I might actually go to. And at the top of the hour, anime girl.
The time now is 7:15 p.m. Today's date is December 29, Sunday.
Okay, anime girl, you
7:15.
I
That's
was
8
about to
minutes
say,
ahead.
you are a bad person, anime girl, because you were lying to your mama because the time is wrong.
No, I never altered it from when she died.
Ah, okay. Now Scorekeeper feels like shit. Look at him. That's why he's making that face.
Yep.
Don't forget, she went into the hospital on the 29th of March, 28th
Yeah.
of March.
Has it been
And
that long already?
yeah, and they moved the clocks, and she died on the 3rd of May at 11 o'clock. I know the days, I know the times, I know the locations, the lot, and I haven't forgotten either one of them.
I hear you. It's been
Hey,
almost 20 years, over 20 years for me, and I still remember the exact time.
yeah, you just don't forget it, do you?
Nope.
And the strange thing is, I had Amazing Grace on when she died, and I've never played it since. The same as I've
Wow.
not played The Dark Isle. I've not played either of those songs or those tunes since she died, and I can't even listen to the Japanese song Sukiyaki anymore because that was one of her favorites.
Yeah. Same here for Christmas. I can't listen to Silent Night. That was my mom's favorite. Because that was her mom's favorite. So it had a lot of meaning to her. So when she passed, I can't listen to it.
Oh no, I put on, was it? I put up Emmanuel. I didn't put on Silent Night. I put on Emmanuel.
Mm.
I put up Enya singing Emmanuel, which is very nice.
Yeah.
If you ever get to listen to that song or those particular songs, I know it'll be because you're reaching out to that individual. And it'll be different. That day is not today. But one day you may listen to it. And instead of it bringing you sadness, it may bring you a reminder of the love that person had. You're just not there yet.
She thought you were great. She really did. She thought you, Peter, and all the crew on here, she thought you all were great. Because every time I said, oh, I'm not going to go on, you got to go on. Why have I got to go on? Because they rely on you.
Yes,
They
we
want
do.
you there. And
Yes,
I went,
we do.
And I went, nah, you're dreaming, woman. And she went, don't argue with your mother. Go on. That was it. It was pure Scottish. Don't argue with your mother. Go on. Okay.
Yes.
I can still hear her saying it. Don't argue with your mother. Your mother knows best.
Yes.
Yep.
I mourn with you the loss of your mother, Anime Girl. And Peter, I mourn the loss of your mother as well. I had the privilege of meeting your mother. She was probably
She
the only
always liked you.
person. Yeah, I was about to say, she was probably the only person that could light me up and tell me straight out. She wasn't mean to me, but she
Nope.
told me so many things. She shared a lot with me. I miss your mother as well. I guess we all miss our mamas.
Oh yeah.
Only get one.
And that means that I should go visit my mama, even though she's scared of me.
I mean, they always say you know who your mother is, but you're never quite sure who your father is. So,
Yeah, I know that one.
I think
Yeah.
all four of us can say yes to that one.
oh yeah. Anyway, you lot go and get your food, watch your games, have your fun. I'm going to go do my dishes, have a look in the fridge to see what I can dig out for food. Spend the rest of the day, put an anime film on or something, you know.
And maybe the rest of us will be talking some smack on the Sports Talk with the Guys chat on Facebook. Who knows?
Sounds like a plan.
It
I
sounds
like
great.
that idea.
Yeah.
Lizzie, injured dog, Anime Girl, Thomas, who I think is no longer with us, Gridiron Girl, who I also think is no longer with us because they're probably watching the games, and of course, Kayla Marie Crumpler, thank you, as well as Robert S. Burns. Again, thanks. We're in between the holidays. Today is the eye of the tornado or the hurricane. Let's make it a better one. We will see you guys soon. For me later on today, and for everyone else, 2025 has yet to be written. Hell, it hasn't even arrived yet. Let's make it one for the books. Oh, shit. Let's make sure we finish 2024 well. Big Dog, take us away.
All right, guys, be safe. Be out there. If you're gonna drink and drive, if you're gonna drink, don't drive. Call scorekeeper. He'll give you a ride on his lift. And also, scorekeeper, if you decide to go on a date before New Year's, lead with this when you first see the girl. Say, "Excuse me, if your left leg is Christmas and your right leg is New Year's, can I visit you between the holidays?"
Big dog. Really?
Yeah,
What? That is
that's sound advice for scorekeeper.
imagination. That is left to the imagination. And you know what? That joke would still have gotten us in trouble with some other boneheads. And you know what? F them.
Hey, it was in Deadpool. It was in Deadpool, so if Disney okayed it, it's not a problem.
I guess so. All right,
The
guys.
only big dog here would do it.
No.
As of that, I'm willing to acquiesce to that. I may stipulate that only is in discussion. All right, folks. We'll see you guys. Lizzie, Injured
Later.
Dog, Anime Girl. We'll see you guys.
Toodles.
Peace.
Bye bye.